everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Oh, okay, cool. My audio's working. There was a brief file. I was like, oh shoot, it froze. It froze. So, hi, welcome. If you didn't already read the title of today, today we are going to be DM-less. Our fabulous DM Kyle suspects they have COVID, and because of their living situation, i.e., not having any kind of furniture, the idea of standing during the session and DMing didn't seem like the healthiest choice. However, instead of just doing what normal people would do, because we are all a little crazy and because we all love you guys, we wanted to make sure that we had some content. So we're gonna do some interesting, fun stuff today. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are equally excited. I'm so blessed to be playing with these two incredible role players. So I know it's just gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. So first of all, Kyle likes to do these ad reads and has a script. I don't. So please don't hate me for this ad read. So first of all, I would like to give a huge shout out to Hero Forge, our big dog sponsor. They are amazing. Look at this. Look at this. Dwarf now has arms coming out of his, I guess technically armpits. But how cool is that? If you asked me to draw this, it would be disgusting. You might throw up. You might run away and tear. But in just a few short minutes, I can create this absolute masterpiece. And no one's going to tell me different. It's a masterpiece. It's amazing. And we also have Mike's new character. Look at that.
Yes.
The Druger guy who's going to whip you if you... I don't know if he's gonna.
Don't make it weird.
I realized we were going down that path.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, actually, no, just kidding. So your point is great. If you have zero artistic ability, me and Kyle both share that trait where you don't know how to draw anything ever. So Hero Forge is amazing. Please go check them out. Not only can you get cool just images of them, you can actually buy the physical, actual. Not token. What is the word I'm looking for? Miniature. That's the word. Miniature. Yes. Like our good friend Josh has an example.
It is a dwarf.
It is a dwarf. It is a dwarf. So Hero Forge, amazing. And then I'm going to quickly start the raffle because I definitely did it before. Don't worry, everyone. It was definitely going before the stream started. It has always been. And if anyone says anything different, they're lying. Phoenix Dice. Phoenix Dice is amazing. I actually just got my first set, like last week. Look at these. Look at these guys. Look at that. Look, you can't see it.
Oh.
I'm trying. But like, these dice are not only are they beautiful, they also feel amazing. Like, I don't know if it's the recycled plastic they use because they love our world just as much as the worlds we play in, but it feels like, just feels better in your hands. You're like, this is recycle. Yes. So that's amazing. That's legit. Huge shout out to Phoenix Dice. They're amazing.
Do we have background music today?
Oh, you know what? We do. We do. It has been going, to be clear. I just forgot to share it with you guys. So, one sec. I'll let you hear what chat's hearing. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. I just moved. We're good. We got this. Deep breaths, everybody. Hold on. I moved some of the elements. Okay, cool. We're good. It's fixed. Crisis averted. Yeah, so we have a raffle going on every stream. We have some lovely people already that have been entered in to win a pair. But not only a pair. Call this a pair? I don't think
Set.
A set. That's the word.
Yeah.
A set.
That's
A
a
set of
set.
Phoenix dice. Not only do you get a set of Phoenix dice, you get to pick. How legit is that? You get to go on their website and be like, actually, I want these dice. You get to pick anyone, and they will send it to you free of charge. And then you get it in these little cool bags. It's amazing, amazing. So, before I go through all the sponsors, because I don't know what I'm doing, let's check in with Zach. What happened to you these last? I guess technically last time was a session 0. So why don't you just give us like a brief summary of what's happened to Zach since the finale? That's the word.
Right, yeah. Since the finale, I have been training in the halls of might, training with Gorth, teaching him, how to fight, and he's been teaching me how to fight, and we've been practicing tactics and all of that sort of stuff. And I also found myself training other combatants within the halls of might, and eventually they found themselves needing a master of arms, and they offered me the position. So I'm now the master of arms of the halls of might. So I'll be training all of the new recruits to come into Delver's Dream. Judging by the fact that this place is now a very special location on the world, I might get quite a few new recruits come through soon. I also managed to get my arm back. Using the magic of the place, somebody sort of attached it and sort of sewed it back on in a magical way. Because there is still magic in Delver's Dream, from what I understand. It's a weird concept at the moment to me because I don't like magic all that much. Yes. Does it?
Bugs.
It does. We've agreed on that over many drinks.
Yep. Oh, you know what? I was so focused on doing the ad read. I actually got 2 sets. The really short version is I originally won these like back in December, and the order got lost, like tucked behind something. So Michelle, the owner, gave me a second set. So I have Vulcan and I don't remember the other one. I'm sorry. This is not the Vulcan one. You guys want to jump on phoenixdice.com, it'll have it. But it's basically the 2 ones where there's like a clear part around it and there's like color underneath. I just thought those were the coolest. Anyway, I'm so sorry. That was a complete ADHD moment. Continue, Zach.
I mean, that's pretty much it for me. I stayed in the halls of might and got promoted, and then when I came back out, I went to go find Duraxis and Reginald to tell them about it, and they seem to have gone off with the other team. And I feel a bit abandoned at the moment, so I'm just sort of in the arena training people. Gorf has become a good friend, I suppose, but the others just up and left me. Being 6.5 feet tall, I would have thought they would have missed me, but
It's so sad.
It's so funny because they're both our characters and we both abandoned him. That's so fucked up. It's
we
so
didn't
funny.
legit. We didn't even think about it. We were just like, oh man, we really need to join these other guys. Wow, what a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, Drax is an asshole. Just in case, he's an earnest asshole, but he's not intentionally being an asshole.
That's a first.
But he's kind of selfish.
I defended them the best that I could. I know that Duraxis went down a couple of times, but he was still my friend. But
that was not your fault.
I would say canonically, Duraxis said goodbye. It wasn't the nicest goodbye or like the most like caring one.
No,
but there was an attempt.
I think what happened was I was training in the arena and you were in the stands and you just went, "Bye, Zach," and then that was it.
I don't even think Reggie said goodbye. I think like the thought of like, oh shoot, we're not going to be on the same teams anymore didn't even cross his mind. He was just like, oh Zach, I have to go do this thing, and like that's all the goodbye that you got. Like he didn't even realize that was a
Yeah.
goodbye.
Josh is
He went.
like, nice to meet you, and bye Zach. Like from like afar.
Reggie went to get milk and never came home.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened.
Oh right. Oh.
But yes, that's
Yes.
Zach's traumatic month.
Perfect. I want to take this opportunity to just shout out D&D Beyond. We use them to keep track of literally everything for our characters. There is so much. As a player, there's a ton. But as a DM, Kyle says this over and over and over again. He would literally explode. I mean, I can't imagine the kind of masochist you have to be to not want to use D&D Beyond at all.
Really helpful resource.
It's incredibly helpful. So, shout out to D&D Beyond for allowing us to make amazing characters and keep track of all the stuff. Because keeping track is cool.
I also found out during our session 0 last week that you can actually customize your character sheets, which is very helpful.
Yeah.
I don't need a character on D&D Beyond and Roll20 now.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hop on with some of these ads?
Sure, yeah. Why don't you take the next one?
Sure.
Do it. I believe.
Let's go ahead and talk about Idle Champions next. So one of our sponsors is going to be Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. And it's a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D from D&D characters from novels, adventures, and a bunch of different live streams into this big adventure. And if you guys, if you've been here a while, you guys might recognize Kyle's favorite character, which is Jarlaxle, and very specifically because he has a fantastic hat. But I mean, like, what other reason do you need, as far as champions go?
If you're going to zero in on an attribute of a character, a big hat is
right,
a top tier attribute to throw it on.
Listen, if you're playing a bard or any kind of character and they don't have a big hat, are you even playing that character?
Yeah,
like that's not to shame anybody, but big hats make the person or the character.
You know what's kind of weird though? I'm looking at your character right now, and I can see his hair. So
yeah, I know.
That's kind of odd. That's kind of weird.
Very specifically kind of for a reason.
Sus.
Yeah, sus. Our next sponsor is going to be Gemmed Firefly, and that's where you can go and find our merch, guys. As you know, we're working with FIG, which is the Foundation of Inclusivity in Gaming. And you can go onto Gemmed Firefly's website and see some of our new merchandise with them. So my favorite thing is their mug. Like, have you guys seen like the mug design that they have? I definitely need one of them.
It's great. If I drank coffee and tea, that's the mug I would use. For sure.
That's the next sponsor we need, is someone to
if they made a water bottle like this,
yes,
I would be their first customer easily, because I drink lots of water.
Yeah,
as we all should.
Exactly. Drink more water, people.
Drink more water.
Yes. So Cotton Candy Unicorn asks me and Josh, do we both have Phoenix dice sets? And yeah, we do. I mean, I do.
I
at
don't.
least. You don't.
The very first stream I was on, I won that raffle, but I chose to let one of the people in the audience get it. So I am trying to get another one.
That's just the kind of person you are.
That's very generous, and also makes me feel really bad because I'm a dice goblin. So I was like, no, those are mine.
I am 100% a dice goblin, and I do need more dice. So I will try and win the next raffle.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about Souls Rolls?
Yeah. Souls Rolls, specifically Soul of Souls Rolls, is probably one of the coolest people I have had the pleasure of meeting. They are an incredibly talented creator, but specifically what Souls Rolls does, and the reason that they sponsor us is because what they do is they are a life coach isn't quite what I would describe it as, but there's someone that you can go and talk to. And they will help you figure out how to balance work life, how to not burn out. That's stuff that they specialize in, is helping people not burn out. But Kyle, for a long time, has famously said that he spent about half an hour when we first started and planned about 2 years of stuff in a half-hour conversation. That's how effective and how helpful Souls roles can be, on top of just being a delightful person in general. So, and then we have Realm Warp Media as our last sponsor, I believe. Yep, that's the last one. They are our partners to help publish our Magnificent Mythologies, which I will put a link. No, that's the wrong page. Let me put it right here. The Magnificent Mythologies, which is our adventures. Oh, that's the command. Hold on, one sec. That's the description of the Magnificent Mythologies. But that is our main. Wow, I spelled adventure correctly. Advent. I don't even think I spelled it all right. No, I did. Okay, cool. I can't spell. As you can see, I can do many things at once. Lots of things all the time. Anyway, yes, Report Media. They're fantastic because they help us publish the adventures that we create every Friday. So check it out. I believe a little bit of spoilers. I had a conversation with our guest Friday. We're going to be talking about Native American culture. So
Nice.
That's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so check that out on Friday. But without further ado, because we skipped around so much, let's go to. Remind me how to pronounce your name. Your character's name, Mike. I don't want to butcher.
Mimir.
Mimir.
Yes.
Wait, Mimir. So, you want to give us a little bit of insight into Mimir, or do you want to do that when we jump into the game?
Let's do that when we jump into the game.
All right,
yeah.
I love it. Okay, so I will put on my Gorf hat. It is fabulous. And yeah, so this is so awkward.
Do you want to toss it off to Josh?
No. I want to talk about what Gorf was experiencing, but
Okay.
I struggled with the transition, so I apologize.
Gotcha.
My ADHD is really coming out really, really strong right now, so I apologize to everyone that's offended in chat.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of training with Zach recently. Since I lost my mace, I've had to really readjust my fighting style. Essentially, he's been wielding that stupid sword. He's got the reach on me, so all I really have to do is just get into the reach of that sword and it's over for him. But he's getting increasingly good at keeping me away from him. So, we've basically just been fighting, many, many hours a day. Because if I can't get to the enemies before they get me, it's kind of over. So, that's been a lot of fun. I'm so glad that Duraxis decided to abandon him. He's an idiot and a fool. But I'm glad I've got to meet and train with him. It's been a blast, to be honest. So,
Such a weird, it's not even metagaming. That's just like
That's just-
character
that's
talking
just
about their
canon.
own character.
That's just
yeah.
canon. Metagaming about your other character.
Yeah, that's like. Wow. Okay.
Which, it's metagameception. Anyway, cool. Now that we're all
Metaception.
caught up, I think we're caught up. Let's play some actual D&D instead of doing cringy ad reads.
Let's do it. Yes.
Let's do it. All right.
Okay, so I believe this is where I put my DM hat on.
Yep, it's lovely.
At the moment.
We love it.
We start off in the halls of might with Zach and Gorf having just finished a training session. They're both beating the living stuffing out of each other for the past, well, pretty much for the past day. They've been going non-stop at it for probably a few weeks now, just resting within the Halls of Might itself. And we'd also like to say hello to the Roll Together Raiders. You will see that we are DM-less today. I have taken the reins, and we will be doing a tavern background episode with our characters, introducing some new ones, seeing off some old ones, and setting up for Delver's Dream tomorrow, potentially, maybe, we don't know. Hit exclamation point raffle in the chat to enter into our Dice Giveaway with Phoenix Dice. The raffle will be drawn at the end, I believe, won't it, Lando?
Yep, we'll draw it at the end. You need to pick any set on the website. So get your dice on.
Fantastic. And with that, let's jump straight back in. So yes, we are within the Halls of Might. Zach and Gorf have been training non-stop for a few weeks, living within the confines of the Halls of Might themselves, just so they don't have to walk that far and it's easier for them to train. They've had a few instances where they've had a few new recruits come up, and they've trained a few new people who have come to Delver's Dream over the past few weeks, seeking that lovely, lovely magic. During this time, Zach has been promoted to basically the Master of Arms, and he has been put in charge of recruiting and training all of the new people who come, which means that he's no longer going to be a member of the Hunters, and has chosen to step, and has obviously had to step down. Draxus and Reginald have already gone off, and they are now with the Delvers team, so that sort of leaves Gorf on his own for the moment. But for today, that's not a worry. For today, Gorf and Zach have completed their training. They are now going out on the town to celebrate Zach's new promotion. They've become very good, firm friends. They both carry scars from each other. You know, the countless training has obviously left a few nicks and scratches. And they are currently on their way to the Fireflower Tavern. It's a place that Gorf has probably recommended a few times for its namesake drink.
Yeah.
And go.
We finally are going there. The reason we didn't go before is because it was a really long walk, but after this month of training and with Zach's promotion, I felt I had to insist that I would go buy him a drink.
A few drinks. I think you said a few drinks.
Of course.
Yes,
sorry,
I think all of the rounds are on you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I think that's what you said.
You know, I mean, I feel bad because now you have like these burns on your body from my lightning. You know, they're kind of faint because you're strong, but you know, you could still see them.
I mean, there's that, but then there's also the fact that you've got little cuts and slices all over you from where I've managed to.
I got like a big one. You like stabbed me through the gut one time. Like,
I knew you could take it. You're fine.
No, I know, but it was kind of unexpected, and
yes.
I kind of deserved it, to be honest.
I did kind of think I might have gone a bit too far when I pulled the blade out and one of your intestines started hanging out. That was a bit of a worry for the clerics.
It wasn't great. We had to use a lot of crystals.
It wasn't good.
They were not happy.
No.
We're not happy.
So, the travel to Delver's Dream is a rather large place, and the travel time to get to the Fireflower Tavern is probably about a day. So, or would be the entirety of the day to get there. So you head out. Both of us head out. Sorry.
You guys are traveling from Delver's Dream to Walking Spiral, where the
tavern is.
Yeah. Tavern is, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it will take about a day for us to do that. So, we leave out quite early in the morning to go on this little escapade of ours, and we get there.
Would this be considered day drinking? We're like leaving during the day and then going to the place, or does it start?
Would we get there at night?
Yeah, but I mean, does it Does it start when we leave to go drinking? How does that work?
I'm guessing it starts when we start drinking. I mean,
Oh.
we can take some drinks with us if you want to.
No, let's do that. I think that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah, let's drink a few on the way.
I'll go by a Thul's Tavern and see if you can give me some. We're all buds, you know.
Sounds good. And you both go to Thul's Tavern, you buy some drinks, and you pretty much just have a jolly walk to the Firefly Tower, the Fireflower Tavern. God, I had to choose a tongue twister, didn't I? The Fireflower Tavern, and you drink along the way. Getting to the tavern itself, you enter in, and you're instantly hit with the smell of, ale, spirits, food, all of that cacophony of different smells is all around the room. And it is bustling. There is lots and lots of people in here, various different heights and sizes, different races. There's a few bird people, there's humans, there's elves, there's dwarfs. And as you walk in, there is a number of different staff members that are walking around. There are waitresses, essentially, that are walking around that are picking up tankards and glasses from tables and trying to clean up as much as they can. But there's things being thrown on the floor. It's a very rowdy group in here. And as we get to one of the booths that we would assume that we thought was empty, we can see sitting in the corner of it, there is a figure on his own, nursing a drink, which we'll get them to explain. Mike, could you give us a description of what your character looks like, please?
Oh, but of course. As you see me sitting there in my booth by my own lonesome, you can see a shorter stature gentleman with a bit of a beard and some long white hair, some very grey complexion. When you look at him, he's just wearing some simple leathers with some accents of grey surrounding some of the ends of the pieces of the leathers. If you look close enough, you might be able to notice that there's some little strands that you might think are slits of different leather, but if you look at the end of the slits, you can see eyes. And you guys realize this might be a beholder leather that he made. He's just sitting there, and he looks up at you, Volk, and he's like, "Can I help you, gentlemen? I'm just here drinking my ale."
Well, I think the important question is, before we have any kind of conversation, is how much we've drank and how drunk we are when we arrive at the bar. That's
I'd 100% say, because of our size, both of us, that we could quite easily finish a 24-pack of ales, tankard can type ale things, and feel tipsy without feeling overly drunk.
Yeah, you guys look
That's
like
fair.
the cup that I have is like a fourth the size of the cups that you guys have, because I am much smaller than you guys.
This looks like the only table that has some free chairs. Are you okay if we
Yes,
either
but
take
keep
the
your
chairs or join
distance.
you?
I
Do you
like to keep
smell?
my bubble. No, it's
Oh.
not that I smell.
Oh,
It's
good.
just don't particularly like people rubbing shoulders with me, if that's all right with you.
And I'm going to take
Besides
the
that,
advice.
I welcome company.
I'm going to take the advice of 491 Phantom in chat, and I think we should do Constitution saving throws, Gorf and Zach, just to see how drunk we are.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I'm like, I mean, okay, yeah, we don't have to, but I was kind of thinking.
I'll do
Right.
it too, but I'll roll mine with advantage because I don't think I've been drinking the same amount as you guys.
Well, that's a 23, baby. Gorf is fine.
I
He's
rolled
fine.
2, so I got an
You
11.
rolled a 2. I just got a 14, so I'm tipsy. I'm tipsy.
Okay, so we'll stick with Gorf feeling tipsy. Zach is acting like he's tipsy. He's definitely a little bit further than what Gorf is. He may have been sneaking some drinks
Gorf is just
before they
like
actually
he's like
started.
he's already a friendly guy, but he's a little extra friendly. Be like, hey, Zach, you said, like, this is his whisper, but he's gonna attempt to whisper it, but it's not gonna be a whisper. He's like, is rubbing shoulders like what's the word? Euphemism? That how do you?
Is your friend quite all right? It seems a little bit more into his cups than you.
I don't actually.
Is that another one?
Why don't
Hey,
you
look,
guys?
it's a bird.
Why don't you gentlemen sit down?
I like mugs more.
Mugs.
Cups.
Yeah.
I'm not that into cups.
I'm gonna pat you on the head.
Go ahead.
My name's Zach.
Make a saving throw.
Oh no. What type of saving throw?
Let me pull it up. Jeez, dude.
It's a Constitution saving throw
Yeah.
of if you're wearing gloves, it's an 11.
He touched my head though.
Oh yeah,
Make
yeah. It's not. You're not. Yeah.
Make a con save.
Oh no.
What's a go roll? 26.
You're fine. You're totally fine. But I'll like kind of use my cup to push your hand away. I was like, please don't do that ever again, for your safety, not mine.
I'm very sorry. I'm
God.
sorry. I was trying to copy your accent there. Does anybody know where we?
That's racist. You can't do that to people.
Jeez.
I got in trouble
Wow.
for dressing up as an owl.
Well, that's definitely a story that I need to hear. Please sit down.
I apologize. I didn't mean to offend. I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna go to sit down, miss the stool, and fall on the floor.
Gorf is gonna like go to another table that may or may not have an extra chair, and grab an extra chair and put 2 chairs together and then sit on that.
This is
I'm gonna
start.
roll a d20 and see if he actually takes a chair from someone. Okay, he does not. He does not. There was a free chair. He took it.
Right. Bartender. I'll just call the bartender over.
You look over to the bar, and you can see that there are quite a few different staff members behind the bar itself, and there is one. You can see that there are 2 green ears poking up behind the bar, and as you say, bartender, you just hear the steps up onto a stool, and you just see this goblin, big long snout, big bulging yellow eyes, looking at you and go, "Ah, what's the one?"
I'll speak back to him in Goblin. I'll say, 2 more drinks for my friends.
You want the firefly stuff? Fireflower?
You know what? Why not? Let's do that.
Okay, I'll get some of that. Disappears,
Yeah.
begins pouring a drink.
Gorf's gonna look around and be like,
Oh, it's like no one was here before. Sad. Like, I don't remember
you-
that guy.
Have you been here before, Mr. Bear Friend?
Yeah. The name's Gorf. By the
Gorf.
way.
All right, I'm Amir.
Yeah, it's Amir.
Mimir, please. Thank you.
I'm Zach, I say from the floor.
Oh,
Okay.
Amir. You're a person, huh? What?
Yeah, definitely a person.
I thought somebody was asking me to come to them.
You're Amir.
Oh, like come here. Oh, I get
Yes.
it. This guy is funny.
It's only because I've had a few. I'm
Well,
just gonna
you
get up
look
and just-
funny, Amir.
Oh,
Well, now that's rude. Call me rude for trying to impersonate his accent, but I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
You just
but,
outright
you know,
insulted the poor man.
Looks aren't everything.
I know, look at you.
oh.
I know, right?
And then look at me. Ha ha ha!
Yep.
So,
We don't compare at all.
Big, brooding people with swords. We're not similar. You don't have a sword, but mine's bigger. We
No,
don't have
I
to.
gave it up. I don't need it. I'm not compensating.
You guys compare your swords often.
We're constantly fighting swords.
Oh.
I don't have a sword.
Well, maybe you should get that checked, sir.
What?
Nothing. Forget about it.
Oh.
So are you guys here on a
Okay.
date, or what brings you over to this lovely place?
Well, my friend here, and he swings it midair where Zach would be.
He was standing.
Yeah, because he's on the ground. He's like, and like he like takes the sector out, and looks down.
He got a promotion, so I took him. I wanted to take him. We're from Delver's Stream, so we've been traveling like the whole day, so kind of made an event out of it.
Well, that sounds like a lovely occasion.
Thank you for the follow, Dalton.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it'll be great. Last time I was here, oh god, how long ago was that?
Yeah, I
Must have been months and months ago. We had fire flower brandy. It was
That's the one.
yeah,
The
yeah.
goblin suggested it. I don't know what it is though. I've never tried it. Do you
Oh
recommend
yeah,
it?
it's a pretty tame whiskey.
Oh, tame.
Yeah, it's pretty tame. You'd probably be fine.
You say that as the goblin walks over to the table and slides onto the table 3 glasses of this brandy. This was the drink you ordered, yeah?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Half is
thank
the one
you.
you've got, and he turns around and walks off. I'll add it to your tab, Mimir.
Oh yes, I'll get right to it when I'm finished here with my conversation.
And he disappears.
Right.
If-
I'll hand the glass down to Josh on the floor or to Zach on the floor.
I just,
And Gorsi like take it and like I imagine it's like a regular shot glass and his hands are just enormous. He's gonna take it like
Yeah.
daintily in like 2 fingers
It's like a
and like
mug.
try really hard not to crush it.
what? Smells like
Alright.
cough medicine.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
Just gonna knock it back.
What? Drink it. So, Lando, what do we need to roll for this?
So the first is a con save. I mean, they're all con saves.
Okay.
Oh, that was kind of close down. They rolled a 5, but
18.
18.
I have rolled a 17.
All right, we're all good. So,
Woo!
as
That is
as
smooth.
so we're feeling the fire, but there's no other adverse effects.
I felt a little bit cold before when we walked, from the journey here, but now this has made my stomach feel nice and warm
Yeah,
and
little-
tingly.
That'll warm your bones.
Oh, really warms you up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna
Gorf
pick
is gonna look
myself-
over at Mimir and be like,
This little like in his head, like this little guy, it's not affecting him. He's like, oh, okay. I see
It'll
it.
affect him.
I
Just
see
wait.
a little guy, little man.
I'm going to climb up. Zach is going to climb up and sit next to Mimir and accidentally knock into him. Because I'm drunk.
Make a save, dude. You're gonna make me have to cut dude. You don't
No,
understand.
27.
27. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
okay there. That's yes. I'll just kind of scoot away towards the wall a little bit more, because we're in one of those corner booths.
So as the fire flower brandy is, going in our system, let's make another Constitution saving throw.
oh! I thought it was per drink. Oh.
No. This has some after effects.
I rolled a 23.
Oh, I barely made it.
I made an 11.
Okay. So, as it kind of churns up in your stomach,
Oh,
it
that's
starts
really...
it starts to come back up. Gorf gets into his throat and kind of swallows it, really exaggeratedly, he's trying to hide it because he remembers how much people laughed at him when he failed the first time. But Mimir
I think I'm talking
is
to Zach at the same time, like trying to tell him, "Don't touch me."
you know what happens?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So as you're talking to Zach, you just projectile, just spew vomit all over him.
You notice that the vomit is like a bunch of flecks of gold too.
Oh, it's so gross, but it looks so valuable.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's gotten into me. Usually could hold my liquor quite fine.
Firefly brandy by the sound of it. Flyer
Yes.
brandy.
Gross. Come on.
Oh, sorry about that. What are you saying?
Like Gorf is gonna like. Never mind. Gorf doesn't have a towel. What am I thinking? He's gonna go up to the bar and just like snag a towel off the counter and go and bring it over to him. He's not even gonna check and see if he can use it.
Does
You
he give it
snatch
to
a towel
me or
from.
for Zach?
No, he's gonna give it to Zach.
Okay.
You snatch.
No,
the towel.
actually, he's gonna rip it in half and then give you each half.
So you grab the towel and you go to walk over back to the table, and you realise that the towel feels a little bit heavier than what you were expecting. You turn around and the goblin is attached to the towel.
It's
He's got glass in,
Oh,
glass in one
it's
hand,
like
cloth in the other.
oh.
And you rip it, and now he's nude.
Do you mind? Can I have that back?
Oh.
And then you rip it, and he's like, off it! Flips you the bird and then storms off. You see that he walks over to what looks to be a much taller gentleman, probably about 6 foot tall, with dark green skin, 2 large tusks sticking out of his mouth, very finely dressed. And you can see that they have an exchange in a language. If anybody speaks, either of you speak Orc, the goblin basically says to
Gorf does.
Yep, he basically says, the goblin says, I'm not dealing with them anymore, they're all yours, and he walks out the back. And the orc looks over to all of you and begins making his way to the table as you rip the cloth up and hand it to both Mimir and Zach, and we can both wipe ourselves down.
Awesome.
And the orc walks over to you all, and I need to try and do a voice that is not the same as Zach, so apologies if it sounds the same, but 2 different characters.
Yeah, well, we believe you. We believe you.
I hear you're all from Delver's Dream.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I'm from around the area, not really from the town itself.
Oh yeah, that guy. We don't know him.
I've heard of it. I've been there once or twice.
What's it like there now since the change?
I don't have any change.
You're
Oh,
not a
it's-
magic wielder.
What?
Do you wield magic? Do you wield magic?
Oh,
You look
magic.
Jack
Oh, I
Jack
thought you
instead.
wanted money. Sorry.
I mean, you can pay for your drinks in a little bit, but I just want to know what the magic's like in Delver's Dream. It's
I
been.
really like your accent. That's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is a cool one. I like it.
We must be from the same neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, probably. We get around, us traveler folk.
To be sure.
All right, so no, I'm interested myself. What is Delver's Dream doing now that there's no magic? I've heard a few rumors myself.
So,
Delver's Dream still totally has magic, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
That's what I've heard. I don't have magic. He doesn't have magic, although he can sometimes shoot lightning out of his hands, which apparently isn't magic, but
Yeah,
I let him believe that
I
delusion.
don't make the rules. I guess it doesn't count. Because I don't know spells or anything. I don't say magic words. I'm just like lightning. I just think it.
That's saying a magic word, though.
No, but the word is, it's in my head. The word's in my head.
The worst thing is when we're sparring against each other and he goes to use the lightning, he always says to me, "You're in for a shock."
I only said that
Oh.
one time.
I
Only
know,
once,
that
and it
was
was. I can't even tell you how many people cheered when I said that.
one of the other patrons sneezes in the background. That's fine. Oh, bless you.
I said it one time, and it was a hit. Okay, so I tried it out a couple more times, and then when it didn't work again, I stopped. Okay, like, I don't like that you keep bringing that up because it makes me feel subconscious, self-conscious. I think that's, yeah.
I think we had the discussion about which one was the correct word, but
Yeah.
to be fair, in
I
the
don't
current state I'm in,
remember.
I don't remember. That patron is really sneezing.
Probably had some pepper.
Probably.
Pepper. You guys, wait, are you the owner? He's talking to the orc guy.
No, I'm not the owner. No, I just,
Oh.
I would be what you would consider the manager.
Oh, the manager.
Yes. I don't officially hold the title of manager, but
Oh.
I'm pretty much the only one that people would listen to if a fight breaks out. So,
Oh, gotcha. Do you use a lot of pepper in your food?
yes, we use a little bit of pepper in our food
Oh.
every now and then.
Gotcha. I think that guy got too much over there.
Yes, no. It's fine. It's fine. We get quite a few people who come in here with allergies, so it's all right. But anyway, back onto the subject at hand. Devil's Dream.
Oh
You
yeah,
say
yeah.
that
Delver Street.
Say that
So-
it has magic.
Yeah, I mean, is it everywhere?
No.
No.
Not at
There's-
all.
Yes, there's no magic
No?
out here. I mean, my friend Mimir here will be able to tell you a little bit more about it as he ventures a little bit further afield than what I do. But from what I've heard from people coming in and out, there's no magic
Oh,
anywhere
Oh.
now. It's all
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. This is the first time I've left.
You know, it's been pretty crazy out there when people lose magic. You know, some people use it to survive. So not all of us have been living cushy lives up in their town like some people of the Delvers.
Oh. Like Dwarf kind of is like a little sheepish now. He's like, oh, I didn't know.
Well, who is the one that why did all this magic stuff happen anyway? Some fight with the Lich Queen.
Oh yeah, that was us. That was totally us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard rumor of that too.
Yeah, there was a group of us. We're members of the hunters, the hunters harvesters, harvesters. I don't you trademark pending, but we had been traveling around and we were fighting the armies of Kilnassi, Nasi. Kilnassi. That's a name.
Yeah.
We were fighting her forces. We met with a very lovely vampire lady named Lilith. I had two friends with me who abandoned me recently, and it's something I'm not sure about at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they
Yeah.
miss you.
He picks up the sick
Sorry
sick
that
rag
happened
to stab
to
his
you.
eye. I know. And we met with this group from Delver's Dream and in the confines of Kilnassi's castle, and there was a big fight. I'm not sure if we won or if we lost, but some big glowy guy came into existence and basically said, "I've had enough. Magic kapoof," and then magic was gone.
Oh, I remember that now.
So what you're telling me is you guys are the reason why we have no magic.
No,
No.
the
The
sparkly
glowy guy who went kapoof.
The sparkly guy.
Yeah.
Well,
We
it
were
seems
there.
like whatever you were doing must have upset this big sparkly man.
I can't pretend to understand the inner workings of the mind of the sparkly guy, but
Yeah.
he said something about universe and touchstones and reefs. I don't know. I was
Something
I was
about a
kind of
crystal
really hurt.
sphere.
Yeah, it's something about a sphere.
Oh. Something happened with the spear.
Yeah,
Not the
sphere.
spear, the sphere.
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 Oh, a sphere.
Like a ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently it
Oh.
broke, and then
Yes.
now it's fixed or something. I don't know.
I remember Glapry saying something about that.
Who's that?
Yeah,
Little-
who's Glappery?
Little mushroom fellow from the Myconid community.
Oh,
Mushroom
is he here?
fellow.
No. He's over back by the market in the Underdark. Now,
Oh,
one thing.
Is that where you're from?
Actually, yes, it is where I'm from.
Oh.
I've always wanted to go to the Underdark. I'm a traveller. I've travelled across many. What did the Diraxus call it? Planes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a planar
Yeah,
traveler.
Plane.
Yeah, I'm a.
Planes.
I would call myself a planeswalker if it wasn't trademarked by someone else.
I've heard someone else use that name before.
Yeah, I've heard someone else use
Yeah.
that term. So I'm a plane traveller. There we go. Let's go with
Skipper.
that.
A plane
Plane-
skipper.
Plane skipper. I like that.
Plane goer.
Plane goer.
Yeah.
You know-
Plane goer.
I actually like plane goer better.
Let's go with that one. Yes, I've travelled across various different planes. I've never actually been to the Underdark, so
Oh,
what's
well,
it like down there?
Well, I'd love to show you. Especially since you both said you haven't been out of the city of Delvers too much. This
Oh, I'd just like to say that I'm going back to Delvers after this because I have recruits to training in the morning. So if you could just sort of
well, I will
Realm
say
Walker
that
sounds
the
cool.
the
This-
market the market is kind of on the way if you're going towards Delvers.
Might have to do that then. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I work for Glappery. He's the head of this market community. But lately, since the magic has gone out, I've noticed. I also do some hunting of the monsters and aberrations that have been plaguing the Underdark. And lately, each time I've completed one of these hunts, it's left a crystal lying about.
You're a hunter,
Oh, I'd say I'm more of a ranger.
but you just said you hunt things.
If it's going to be dangerous to the community of the market, you see those Myconids, they like their peace, so they hired me to make sure it's kept.
The entire time you're saying that, Zach is just constantly shaking Gorf's shoulder. He's like, hey, you know you're the only member of the Hunters now, and you want new recruits.
I used
hey,
to
this guy.
I used
this guy.
to be a ranger till I got my stomach cut open. And then everyone make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no! What a segue.
What's the DC for this?
Oh fuck! That was a 16. So, as Gorf his stomach cut open, he has the loudest fart you've ever seen, and he is propelled up into the air as fire goes out of his butt, and his head hits the ceiling, and he just collapses and breaks both the chairs, and now there is like an assless chap's size hole in the back of Gorf's pants.
What's the DC for this?
Oh, 18.
Oh, thank God! I got it. I just got it.
I rolled a 22, so I'm okay.
Oh man, sweating bullets over here, dude.
Gorf is
The,
on the ground with his ass hanging out.
the
Just-
dwarf, the orc is instantly gets up out of their seat and moves away. And it's like, God, oh, are you all right? Your arse looks like it's on fire.
Ow! Oh, it burns! It burns! It burns!
And then you just feel a large splash of water over you. And as you look up, the goblin is stood there with a bucket about the same size as him that he's just chucked water over you.
Gorf's like, he's like, I'm not that drunk. Stop.
No, but you look like you're on bloody fire.
I feel like when that happens, the whole bar cheers because that's not the first time the goblins doused someone.
No, totally.
Way.
Yeah!
They would cheer, and people saw the incident with the towel. So
Yeah,
no one is
yeah.
on Gorf's side at this point.
No, yeah, they're just looking at his bare ass right now.
They're like, yeah, he fucking deserves this.
And anyway, Mimir, carry on what you were saying. Excuse my
yeah.
friend.
Does he do that often? He just spouts fire from his arse.
It's normally lightning, so this is a new one.
Really?
Yeah,
That's incredible. Even with all the magic being gone.
apparently so. I don't quite
Huh.
understand it myself. I
That's
don't use
quite
magic at all,
interesting.
so.
Well, all right. Yeah. So yeah, some different creatures. Whenever you murder them, they'll pop out one of those little crystals, and from what I can tell, people are starting to use them for some magic themselves.
So what you're saying is that magic isn't isn't the way it was before. It is now in a new. You have to gain crystal things to be able to use magic.
Do you mind if I roll an intelligence check?
Yep, go ahead.
That's a 6. So Mimir completely believes that the only way to get these crystals is to kill animals, is to hunt down and kill monsters.
I mean, that sounds like the orc man will come in and go. I mean, that's technically one way that you could do it, but we can sort of farm them from creatures as well, not in a harmful way. The creatures that used to have, or we've discovered that creatures that used to have magical, or that are magical creatures, that are magical, should I say, they sometimes produce the crystals themselves, and we found that we can harvest them for ourselves. It's thank you very much. It's a slow process, and it's not something we take lightly because we don't want to cause any damage to the creatures that we do it to. But at least in this settlement, we don't anyway. But it definitely
so?
trying times. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I suppose that makes sense. The only creatures I've tried it on was creatures that you might not want to bother leaving alive. Just the dangerous ones.
I would assume that the bigger the creature, the larger the crystal. Probably especially if it's a magical creature.
Oh, aye. There's actually
But,
been one that I've been trying to keep my eye on. You see, a lot of the more intelligent creatures have been hiding a lot better in the Underdark.
Gorf is gonna stand up, pull off his vest, and put it on the chair so his bare ass isn't touching the stool.
His bare ass.
His bare ass. It's a double entendre there.
And he's gonna reach in his pocket and be like, wait, crystals? You mean this? And he's gonna pull one out and like stick it on the table.
Oh, yeah, that looks like one of them.
Oh. What is it?
So yeah, so people have been using these as their magic.
Oh. Because I could make these.
Mimir looks at this guy like, if I kill him,
How big of a
what kind of
crystal
crystal
can I
you
get?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I use my lightning powers, like one appears. I thought it was just special to me, but you're saying creatures have these?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Many creatures. Mostly the magical ones, if I'm being completely honest. But you get the point.
That means you're magical then, doesn't it, Gorf?
I guess.
A magical fire farting bear. Congratulations.
A magic.
I like this guy. He's quite funny, and I'm going to slap him on the back.
Make a save again, dude.
You've told me not to touch you. You haven't told me why.
Yeah.
And I'm
Nothing's
very calm.
happened.
That's an 11.
Oh shit!
Oh, dude. Okay, so from your hand, from where you touch me, you see a glowing start to ripple up your arm as your arm and your entire body turns to gold, and now you are a gold statue. Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
wait, what the fuck?
By the gods, I warned him not to do that. And you see he pulls out, Jesus, dude, you're gonna make me do this. He pulls out a bunch of crystals, and you see he just puts them all together, and they burst, and they turn into this fine dust and swirl around him as he casts Greater Restoration on you.
Shit has to be
And-
greater.
Yeah, it has to be greater. It has to remove something the same as a oh god, what was it?
Fuck.
Petrification.
know.
It has to be able to remove petrification.
Oh,
I
what was
had
that?
to use a 5th level spell's worth of crystals.
How many
on your
crystals did you
curious
have to use
ass.
for that?
I think it was like 16.
Hey, I'm drunk.
5th level, 32.
Jack's
We're
drunk.
drunk.
16. 16.
I'm
Jeez, I
drunk.
had 32, dude.
We should have just carried him around like Weekend at Bernie's.
What? You had to use. I won't be touching you again. If you had to use crystals, as my friend here just said before I turned to gold. He can
Turned into
he
a
can
gold statue of yourself.
he can poop them out. So
No, I don't poop them. They just appear. We're telling
just
people
take-
lies.
I take the crystal that Gorf put on the table and I was like, this is a down payment, thank you very much.
hey, look,
Yeah.
we owe him now. So maybe he'll have to come along with us and get
Yeah,
a crystal
well,
from you
Yeah,
every
we'll
now
have
and
to,
then as
we'll have to go
repayment.
back to. I mean, there's no
The plot
teleport,
thickens.
so if you want to get reimbursed, gotta come back with us, I guess.
I was planning on heading that way anyway.
Oh, that's cool. So you said you're like a hunter guy person. What do you
Yes,
hunt?
I've hunted a monster or two, different monstrosities and aberrations specifically, but typically anything that's trying to do harm to the fair Myconid community.
Oh, that's good. Cause there's some cool creatures out there that would be sad to hunt. That would make you a bad person.
You're really making him want to cut you open for like, you know, like the counter keeps ticking up like one more level every time you say something like that. Just like, why? You seem like a formidable fellow yourself.
I've been known to, fight people.
Fantastic.
I just fight anything that's evil or needs fighting. I found out that the hunters originally did. The group that we're a part of, or that Gorf is a part of, I'm
The
no
one
longer
you're trying
a part
to
of it.
trademark.
Yes, that one, yes. They used to go out and hunt large creatures and harvest their hides and
Yeah,
things to...
like dangerous creatures, and,
Yeah,
like
That's
stuff.
perfect.
sounds
Right.
like your sort of work if you're looking for it.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, if you're looking for dangerous creatures to hunt down, there's quite a lot of them right now hiding in the Underdark.
Oh,
I'm...
Underdark.
Man, I wish I could go to the Underdark, but I have to go back to Devil's Dream and train.
Yeah, you got promotion. Oh,
Yeah,
they're gonna give you a desk job.
You become white collar. Is that what it is?
No,
Yeah.
no, I have to train. It's going to be quite fun actually. I get to beat up all the new recruits. So,
Oh, that does sound
Yeah,
like
none
quite
of
an
them could
interesting
fight
job.
back.
yep. Not yet anyway. The plan is to teach them to
Yeah,
fight back.
you,
I've learned a
you
few
gotta beat
tricks
them
off of
up.
Gorf.
You gotta beat them up to
Yes.
get
I,
them to any kind of reasonable level of skill.
yeah.
As far as rumors go, I'll look back at the orc. We're like, is there any other interesting things you can tell us about what's happening with the magic?
Just that it's mainly just that there's not a lot of places that can cast it anymore, and it's these crystals and people and creatures that used to be magical they still retain their magic, but they're not able to actually cast the spells anymore.
Oh.
Any
It's-
magical items or anything that existed before, like weapons or appliances that help people move water around, basic things like that, have just all stopped working. A lot of people have had to resort to technology in a way. There's been a slight increase in the use of technology in the past week instead of magic, in placement of magic.
Well,
Wow,
maybe that's
technology.
why Draxus said goodbye to you really shittily, because he probably was really sad that he couldn't use magic anymore. We're mad. I'd be mad. I had a power my whole life. I'd be pissed if it went away. Fortunately, I never messed with magic before. Guess I consider myself lucky.
Yeah, my friends abandoned me.
Oh, poor
I
fellow.
feel-
Let me
Yeah.
get you another beer for your spirits.
I was gonna say I'm feeling a bit thirsty.
Let's
Yeah, you-
another round,
You
bartender.
look thirsty. Look thirsty.
I am very thirsty.
Another
I'm
2
all of the
rounds,
thirst.
bartender.
The orc man gets up. He goes, "Don't worry, lads. I'll put it on your tab, but I'll go get the drinks for you. You carry on your conversation. Get yourselves acquainted with each other." And he looks to you, Amir, and goes, "Amir, I think these guys might be a good fit for you. You might want to, sort of."
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to get to know him a little bit more.
I've got a little bit of gold behind the counter from your previous job. Do you want me to use that as your tab, or do
Oh,
you want that paid to you?
that would be fantastic. I was about to say, I don't actually have any money on me right now, so if you
Okay,
have some
yeah,
of that
well-
laying around, that would be fantastic. That'd be perfect.
Yep. I'll use all of it for your tab. Okay, he turned around and walked off.
All right. Good lad, that one. Don't remember his name at all. Probably never gave it to me. Who knows?
He looked like a cool guy.
Hey,
Yeah,
I-
very cool guy.
He's the
So-
manager, so he's probably a smart guy.
Yep, I pretty agree with that. So, Mimir, is your plan to go back into the Underdark then?
well, I don't know for sure. You see, the person who hired me, Galapri, he's kind of my mentor, as it were, and he told me that with all the things that are happening in this patchwork planet, my abilities might be needed elsewhere, so I'm kind of up in the air for it right now.
You can always come back to Delver's Dream with us. We need to go speak to some people there. And then
Right.
once we've established, or at least once Gorf has established what needs to be done, or what the plan is, then maybe you can help each other out. Sorry, Gorf, I'm doing that thing again where I try to make friends for you.
I like friends. Friends, good.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that round of drinks here yet?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
orc man comes around with a round of drinks. There are 12 drinks on this tray. He places it down. He just sits down with you, picks one up, and starts drinking with you. He goes, "You all seem like a fun bunch. I'm going to sit here with you for a little bit if you don't mind."
Oh, the more the
No,
merrier.
not at all.
And Gorvis gonna look around and see if there's another chair that's open, and let's see if he takes one for someone, or there is another open chair. So he's gonna like kind of just like wander over there, grab a chair, and like bring it over.
Oh, thank you very much, young man. Gorf, did you say your name was?
Yep. My name's Gorf.
Thank you very much. I'll take a seat with you all, and
Yep.
you can hear the bustling of noise behind you all. It's getting rowdy, but it's not overly concerning. So you're all able to sit down and carry on drinking.
DM, is there anybody else in the room that's talking about the magic in the area, how it's been affecting them?
You can make me a perception check.
Let me do that. Perception.
10. Gorf's just like, I want some food. He's fixated on what he wants to order.
My D&D Beyond's lagging a second, so that's a nat 20 for a 37.
Oh God.
37.
37. Holy shit. Plus 17 to.
Yeah.
Holy
It
moly.
might be -4 because of the whole proficiency thing. Yeah, but so whatever.
Two,
Holy
minus
moly.
2. But
No, because I have expertise, so it'd be proficiency twice.
gotcha.
So it'd be -4.
Yeah. Okay, so with a natural 20 and a 37, you can hear quite a lot of the conversations that are going around. You have been in a numerous amount of bars. A lot of the work that you do probably relies on you listening to gossip. There's not a lot of there's a few occasions where you aren't able to find work because somebody won't post a job up of a creature that needs hunting, but you might hear a farmer or a fisherman or something say there's a creature that is, causing havoc in my work area sort of thing, and then you'll go there and then you'll hunt that creature and then sort of get payment from people. So you're used to listening out, and you can hear the conversation. There's a mixture of different conversations going on. There's a lot of conversations about different variations of work that people are doing in the area. But the conversations always circle back around to the fact that there is no magic, and a lot of people are having to do manual labor now rather than relying on the use of magic. So it is a very hot topic in this bar.
Yeah, I'll just kind of share that with the group, just being like, yeah, even farmers and different commoners are having trouble now that there's no magic.
I will say, because you rolled a natural 20, I know you were listening, but because you rolled a natural 20, you do notice in one of the back corners of the room, in a booth similar to the one that you're sitting at, there is a group of 4 figures sitting there, and they have cards with them, and they seem to be playing a card game, but instead of waging coins, they are waging crystals.
Now that's something I can get behind. Do you lot want to go and join their card game?
I do not know how to play cards at all,
Yeah.
but I'm willing to come and watch.
More dice. Like the dice.
Dice.
I like the dice.
Yes.
Oh.
There's this place called Dice Phoenix. Phoenix
Yes.
Dice.
Yeah. Yep.
They have
heard of them.
Oh, I've
they
heard
have
of them.
really cool dice.
They have the luckiest dice.
I've heard they actually make their dice from materials that themselves have been reshaped, like the Phoenix.
Yes, and also every town that we've been to on our adventures that's been populated, there's always a raffle of some sort that goes on. Hit exclamation point in chat to enter our raffle.
They're always giving away stuff.
They're really good, solid people.
Yeah, you could call them regeneracy dice tickers. Yeah, that's the technical phrase.
But yeah, where'd the dwarf go?
I think he went to go play. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Did they not have a space for you? Hey, can I get some meat? Like some lamb or some mutton or something?
The orc man turns to you because he's sitting right next to you.
Oh,
You just shout.
he
You just
definitely
shouted
shouted,
right in
and
his
like
his
right in
face.
his ear,
He's
not
like,
realizing or thinking about it.
Definitely, I'll go and get you an order. Would you like it sent to this table, or would you want it sent to the table over there where they're playing cards?
Oh, that's.
I'll go and play some cards.
We'll go watch.
Watching sounds good.
Yeah. You can bring it here, and I'll take it over there and eat it over there.
Okay, that's fine. I'll put a little reserve sign down so nobody else takes your table. If you're all gonna go over there, and I'll have a little bit of a tidy up here because there's a table with there's 2 chairs with both of them are half missing with an arse cheeks sort of sign in it. So I'll
Oh yeah.
get that sorted.
Let me know how much that cost. I'll reimburse.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll get that sorted. It'll probably be about 10 gold, I reckon. It's about a 5
Actually,
gold
it's
chair.
just about 7 gold per chair. Or no, 7 gold total.
Oh, yeah, 7 gold total. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, okay. You can all walk over to the other table if you like to. And they're keeping themselves to themselves. It's only by chance that Mimir was able to pick up that they're sitting there. And as you all walk over, Amir, you instantly pull up a chair and sit down at the table with them, and they all look towards you. If looks could kill, they would. You see some of them go to reach for the crystals and begin to drag them back to them.
Before they do that, I'm just going to just sit down and very boisterous. Hello, gents. I happened to notice as I was walking by that you guys are playing a game of cards for some crystals. Would you be interested in having another at your table?
One of them looks to you, and he's another dwarf. He looks like he's probably from the mountains. He's got a long red beard, balded head, wearing what looks to be like a brown leather jacket with an apron on underneath with some blood on it. Looks like he might be a butcher or something. He looks to you and goes, 10 crystal buy-in.
Oh, 10 crystals. Is that all? Are you afraid to lose to a Durgar? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you
Definitely
afraid?
not. Definitely not. It is, however, winner takes all.
Sounds good to me then. 10 crystal buy-in.
Good.
And I'll
Right, well,
pull out 10 crystals and I'll lay them down. And I'll look up to Zach as kind of my de facto like bodyguard.
he's swaying side to
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
You do
I
it,
have no
Amir.
crystals.
You can do it.
Yep. You can do this. I have no crystals, so I can't wager. I'm just gonna stand here and watch.
Can I do a quick insight check to see if these guys are gonna use like cheats or stuff, or are they playing fair?
Okay, definitely make an insight check for me.
Insight check. Lag. That is a 26.
26. So you can tell that they're looking at them and looking at the various amounts of clothing and everything that they're wearing. There doesn't look to be any locations where they might be able to sneak cards from. It looks like it is a pretty honourable game at the moment. One of them does give you a bit of a cautious look, and then looks to Zach and where Zach is stood, and he begins gathering the cards up and begins shuffling them, and then he puts the cards away. I'd say if we're going to have ourselves a couple of extra people join, this is the Orc Man talking for some reason. I'll stick with the accent. Thing is, we have a couple of extra guys joining us, or at least one. I think maybe we might want to change the game up a little bit. What do you think, lads? And they all go, yeah, sounds good. Yeah. We'll keep the rules the same. Winner takes all. But I think we might move to a dice game.
Oh,
Does that
dice!
sound to you?
Dice!
Oh, I really prefer playing cards, but
Ah.
Dice.
above table, I'm proficient in playing cards, but
That's fine.
It's worth it.
They're,
Oh,
you
Glorf
can
is
tell-
provisioned dice.
You can,
I
you
didn't
can
even-
tell with the insight check that you rolled that they are concerned with the fact that Zach is stood behind you. He can, and because he's quite tall, he can see, and the position that he's at, he can see not only
Oh,
you, but he can see what the others, the two of the other people, could potentially have in their hand. So that's why they pull out dice.
I'll say,
These are-
Zachary, you're making our friends nervous here. Please, just pull up a chair so you're not staring all of them down.
Are those Phoenix dice?
Are we gonna do the bit again?
Yeah, these are Phoenix dice. Yeah, with we got them from town. We won them in a raffle a couple of weeks ago. But anyway,
Those are great.
you can see that they're all 6-sided dice, and they dish out 3 to each person. And along with that, they also dish out a cup. Okay, so the aim of the game is you have to roll the 3 dice. One of them is a different color, and you can tell that one of them is a different color. You've got 2 white dice and 1 black dice. We're looking for whoever gets the highest. It's a game of chance. We're looking for whoever gets the highest number. Now, if you get a draw, so if 2 people roll the same number, it's whoever has the highest roll on the black dice is the person that wins. It's a pure game of chance. If you're able to hack it with us, then maybe we'll get the cards out again. Just do this as like a, what should we call it, an initiation?
Oh, I'm down for a bit of pre-game. Game.
Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is, what I want you to do is to roll me 2d6 to represent your white dice, and then 1d6 to represent your black dice. Note those down for me, and while I do the rolls for the other gentleman, I'll do those in Roll20, just because it's easier for me to read it, and I don't have to put up with...
So
watching
I got a
dice roll.
6 and a 3 for the first 2.
Mm-hmm. And then your black dice.
2.
Okay, add all of those together.
Okay. 11.
And then one more gentleman. Okay, so you rolled 11 in total, yeah?
Yes.
Right, so the first guy rolled a 9 in total. The second guy rolled a 12 in total. The third guy rolled a 10 in total. And the last one rolled a 8 in total. Okay, so the one who rolled a 12, each of you lift your cups up at the same time, and it reveals the dice results underneath. And you can see that one of them, the dwarven gentleman, is the one who won the roll-off. And he looks over to everybody and goes, well, looks like I won that roll-off. So, and he collects all of the gems up, puts them all in the center of the table. So that is 50 of these gems in the center of the table at the moment. Right, so this game is normally played best 2 out of 3. So what we'll do is we'll roll off again, and we'll see who wins again. So if you could do the same thing again, 2 and 1.
All right. Oh, let's see.
Oh, I should do my roll, shouldn't I? Oh my lord, there's a lot of ones there. So that is...
So I think I got a 13.
I think that is... So one of them rolled an 18, and this is a different gentleman now. This gentleman is Elvin. He has long blonde hair, long silvery blonde hair that is silvery blonde hair. Looks quite aged. It's tied up into a nice tight ponytail that sticks upwards. Nice long spiky ears, pointed ears, sorry, with a couple of piercings running up one side and a like a chain that hooks round and hooks back into the ear again. He lifts his dice up, and you see a very sneaky little grin. And he reaches forward and begins pulling the crystals towards himself. He goes, and he's very well spoken. Oh, well, it looks like I've gained the lead on this one then, doesn't it? Yes. Well,
What did he roll?
Anybody else? Sorry?
What did he roll?
He rolled an 18 total.
Did he cheat at all?
You can make me a perception or insight.
Let's
Dwarf's
see
gonna
which
be
one's
like,
higher.
that's a high roll.
28.
Yeah, Gorp got 26 in perception.
Okay. You look at his dice.
And I don't know if it matters, but Gorp's proficient in dice set.
You can see that he rolled 3 6s. I know that's not a result that's on the board, but he rolled 3 6s. That looks... It's not something that is uncommon. However, you do notice that the dice aren't the same as the ones he had in the first roll. One of them has got a red sort of chip on one of the corners, whereas it didn't have it before.
I have the ability to appraise anything I see because of the auras around the objects. Does this look like something that is worth enough to have some kind of effect that could have made it roll these 6s?
Looking at it, no. Doesn't seem to be any effect that would be affecting them. However, with Gorf's ability, with his proficiency with dice sets, just the listening of the roll of the dice, they sounded heavier than the other dice.
Well, isn't that lucky? We got 3 6s in a row.
Oh yes, my luck is definitely with me. I believe we have a score of 1-1-0-0-0. If either myself or my dwarven friend here win the next game,
Is
I
Gorf
believe
gonna
we
jump
take-
in and say any of that? Say what he
to take the prize.
Gorf is gonna be like, oh, those are some interesting dice you have there.
Oh, why? Thank you, my friend. These are fabulous dice. Unfortunately, they're not Phoenix dice. I got them from my homeland.
Oh, you wouldn't mind if I take a look at them? And
Oh.
if he's sitting next to me, I'm just going to snatch him up.
Oh, why? Excuse me. Before, can you make me a dexterity?
Yeah, saving throw?
Sleight of hand. Make me a sleight of hand check to see how quick you are to grab them.
Okay, I'm not really trying to hide it from him, but yeah.
No. It's more. The sleight of hand is more for how quick you are to grab them.
Yeah.
That's a natural
and-
19 or
Okay,
a 24.
and he is going to make a dex save to see if he can pull away. That's not the right character. That's Zach. He rolled a 6. So no, he's not able to get there quick enough. You
Yo.
quickly scoop up the dice, and as he stumbles forward, some of the crystals spread out across the table a little bit, and the other guys go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on there?"
And
you have the
I'll
dice in your hand.
feel him around. I've worked in a market before. I can tell when something's counterfeit or changed. Would I just be able to tell that these are loaded dice?
You can tell they're loaded dice, mainly because you've got your dice in your hand and the loaded dice in the other hand, so you can tell the weight difference. You can test them if you want to.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of look over to the other dwarf at the table and I'll be like, "You didn't tell me you were friends with a cheater," and I'll roll them right there and see that the other ones are rolling all 6s.
Yeah. So you roll the elf's dice, and they do indeed all roll to 6s. You can see that his face goes bright red. He goes, and he just dives over the table and just runs out of the bar. Zach tries to stop him, tries to grab him, but he sort of sweeps at air because he's quite inebriated. Normally he'd be able to grab him, but he's just out the door.
You
The
see,
guy-
before he gets like past Zach a little bit, you just see a flash and a whip, and I'm gonna try to grapple his foot with the whip.
Okay, make me an attack roll.
Attack roll. Let's go ahead and do it.
Or it's just like watching eating like a thing. He's like, I caused this. Just like eating a
That's a
mutton
24.
chop.
24. Okay, so the whip wraps around his foot, and as you yank it, he trips over and slams down face first on the floor. You hear the crunch of something break and just a pool of blood appear underneath his face. And as he lifts up, you can see that his nose is broken and twisted into 3 different places as you have broken his nose.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, lad.
I'm
Manager,
sorry.
please get this man a towel and maybe get him a fire flower.
The manager,
The guy Phoenix dies.
the manager walks over to your table and picks up one of the sick rags from there, and he walks over and he begins cleaning up this guy's nose, and this elf begins to almost vomit in his mouth. It's a combination of blood and puke in his general. It's not very nice, but
Now,
and
if
he
we can
brings-
just play fairly from now on.
can I just go, please? Keep my crystals. I just want to leave.
Oh, we'll be taking your crystals. You definitely forfeit them.
No, yeah. Can I just go?
So go
let me-
where?
Can I just
I just-
see if this guy's
Oh.
like actually harmful, or if he was just trying to like just make some quick money real quick?
There's no reason for you to no need for you to roll. This guy is petrified of what's just happened to him. The fact that he's been caught out and the fact that he has tried to run and hasn't, he looks like he just wants to leave.
I think I'll let him go. Like I feel like Mimir feels bad at this point. Like he was trying to show off a little bit, and then this dude just ate it on the bar floor, and now he's bleeding. It's like some elvish kid, right? And it's like, oh,
So-
you poor bloke. Yeah, just
And
go on
it's-
your way.
He gets up and just runs. The other patrons around the bar just sort of cheer as this guy had fallen on the floor and broke his nose, and Zach has just stood there. I wasn't expecting that. You're very good with a whip.
Yeah, that was quite a grab.
Yeah. Definitely. The dwarven man with the red beard is going to look over. He looks a bit sheepish. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry for that. He's never cheated before, or at least I've not noticed him cheat before. We're gonna
Well,
leave.
let's leave the past to the past. Yeah, if you want
No,
to go.
we're gonna leave. What we'll do? He begins divvying the crystals up, and he gives you 10 back. He gives the other 2 guys 10 back, and he keeps 10. And then there's just 10 left. What we'll do is each of us will take 2 crystals each, and we'll give you 4 if that's all right. Just
Aye,
as
that sounds
compensation.
fair.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
as you see at this point, I think Zach sees, but while they're like panicking to like sort out the stuff, he's gonna pocket the loaded dice so that way none of these guys take it as well.
yeah, okay. That's easy enough to do. They're not even paying attention to the loaded dice. They're more focused on the crystals. So you can. Sorry, Carl, but you can put down. You've got some loaded dice.
I mean, presumably they're not magical, right? They're
not magical.
They're just-
yeah.
I just waited.
Heavier
I
on one
wasn't
side.
positive that there was an item like that in D&D. It's non-magical.
I think there's a coin like that that's magical, but anyway.
So I shall let him know and be scolded by him later.
How dare
So I
you?
get how many more than I started? How many more crystals?
4.
You got your 10 back and you
Oh,
got another
dope.
4.
So now I have, because I got the one from Gorf. You guys, oh my god, you guys are crazy. Thank you. Yeah, I got it all. I got it.
Well, you're down 9
16.
still.
Yeah, so I'm down 9 still.
You still use a lot of them, so you're able. These gentlemen all leave. They are slightly embarrassed by the fact that there's been this sort of alteration happen. You're able to walk back over to your booth, which has still got the reserve sign on, so you can sit there, and the orc manager brings out some more food for you and sticks it all down. He lets you all know that this has gone out. This is going on to Mimir's tab. And as the next round of drinks come in, and it's all flowing, and you're all getting to know each other a little bit better, I believe it would be a good idea for us to take a quick break, 10 minute break to grab some more drink, because I ran out and need to go to the toilet.
Same.
Yep.
Right.
So give us 5 to 10 minutes, and we will be back for some more tavern talk.
Let's do it. All right.
Some more rumors. Let's see what else we
Yeah.
can
See
find
you
out.
in a bit, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey,
Hey!
We're back.
everyone. Welcome
Did
back
you
to Play
miss
Nerd
us?
Allies. Did you miss us? We are all watered. Sorry, I had the stream on, so everybody just went hey, and it threw me off. We are all watered and relieved. I am drinking a naughty fizzy drink. What are you drinking, Lando?
Tab water.
Mike, what you got?
Aquafina. Not sponsored, but totally.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds nice.
It's a brand.
It's a brand of water.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It's also
Anyway.
the name of the dragon,
Yeah.
the sea serpent.
So in our first half that we've just come from, our group of Zach and Gorth have travelled from Delver's Dream to the Fireflower Tavern to celebrate Zach's promotion to Master of Arms at the Halls of Might. Within the tavern, they have met with Mimir, a Duragar played by Mike, Mike's new character for the Hunters game, and they have begun drinking and basically celebrating, getting to know this new guy who fits the description of a hunter perfectly. And they have partaken in a gambling game for some crystals, where they discovered that an elven gentleman was cheating with loaded dice, tried to flee, got tripped over and broke his nose. He since has now left, and thank you very much. And he is now left, and his portion of the crystals have been divvied up amongst the rest of the players, with Mimir getting the larger share because of the fact that he discovered, along with Gorf's help, that the dice were loaded.
I help.
And you help, definitely. And we come back into it with our group sitting back at their table with large, now empty plates of food, meat, bones, ribs. Everything has been demolished by all of you. There are tankards everywhere. There is as you're all sitting there, you're all sipping on some water. You're not city drinkers. You're sensible. You know that in order to have a good night, you need to pace yourself with a little bit of water every now and then that way you can go longer rather than just completely blacking out and forgetting everything, because those are the worst nights out. You want to be able to remember what happens, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, I do when I go out, which is rare, I might add. But anyway, you are all sitting there. You've just finished your pints of water, and the orcish manager walks over with a tray of 3 drinks. Now, these are 3 drinks that you've had previously tonight. These are the Fireflower drinks, and he places them down on the table, and he goes, I believe this is pretty much your tab gone now, Mimir, with these last drinks. So take these, and then unfortunately, we don't have to leave straight away, but I won't be able to get you any more drinks unless you pay some more gold.
Oh, I get it. Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I understand.
Yeah, I think it is time for you to go, especially if these 2 guys are from Delver's Dream, like you say. It's going to be a pretty long walk back.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll make sure they get their way.
We'll have to walk.
Zach, while he's talking, Zach just takes a drink and drinks it straight away. I'll make a con save for him.
Can I, sneakily, just, instead of drinking it, just throw it over my shoulder? Or will the rest of the party see me?
I mean,
we'll pretty much see you.
Gorf and Zach can both roll perception checks with disadvantage.
Against my stealth.
Against your stealth, yeah.
Well, they're not going to need some.
26 and 27.
Just a 17. So I think I'll start doing it, and I'll see Gorf, and I'll be like, "Oh, hi, cheers!" And I'll like clink his glass, and then I'll kind of begrudgingly down it. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So for my Constitution saving throw for Zach, I rolled a 13.
I think that's fine for the first one.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
What's Gorf got?
Assless chaps.
17.
Other than that.
17.
Yeah, his ass is still hanging out. I kind of forgot about it.
So you're all good. As you finish your drinks and the waitresses and waiters come over and begin clearing the table for you, you decide, or Zach, we'll say that Zach says it, Zach will sort of stand up and go, Gorf, it's been a great night. Thank you very much. I think it's probably time that we head back now. I've still got to get up early and train a class in the morning. What's your name, Mimir? If you'd like to, you're a really nice guy. I really like you. If you want to come with us,
Aye, definitely. You sound like fine fellows yourselves.
yes. If you want to come with us, then I love the sound of that. I think you'll be a good friend for Gorf, considering the fact I'll have to stay in Delver's Dream and train people. So, but let's go.
A good friend.
Yes,
Right.
very cuddly,
Yes.
that bear
Yes,
person.
he gives good bear
But
hugs. And
don't you try to touch me. I know I saw what happened.
Oh, come here, you big
Hey,
teddy bear.
hey. I don't want to be cold.
And-
I think I just throw up right there.
yeah, just right there, and the orc master of ceremonies, effectively your manager, is basically looks down at the floor. You can see he's getting a little bit tiresome of what's going on now, and he just wants to sort of, your tab is now paid up, and he sort of wants to get you out. Zach goes to walk out the door, and as he walks out the door, you hear, "Hey, what are you doing in here? Get out!" As he's walked into the kitchen. He's turned back round and pushed out the door. He's like, "I went into the wrong room.
Yep.
I think it's
Yep.
that way."
That way.
You silly goose. You're real funny, you.
And Gorf, as he walks out, like reaches in. I guess technically it would have been a bag of holding, but now it's just a regular bag. Reach out and just like put like a little pack of like 50 gold and just like slide it over to the orc.
And then be
Pulls
like,
a bag out of a bag.
I guess.
Oh, that's very kind of you,
Yeah.
sir. Is this? Thank you. And he doesn't
You're-
even count it. He just like,
You're a good person.
"Well, thank you.
Have-
That's very kind of you."
Have a good one. Sorry about the chairs and the barf.
Well, thank you very much, and you're all able to leave the bar area.
Stumble out, yeah.
A regular
Stumble
bag
out
of
in-
holding.
Yeah, you stumble out into the street. There is a very light rainfall that is falling down on the street that you are currently stood in. And as you all
Gorf is like really like goes arms like this and just like spinning around, looking up at the sky. Like,
As you all compose yourself in the rain, Zach's leant up against the tavern and he's got his head on his hand. He's like, "I had way too much to drink." You can all hear the sounds of footsteps coming from the left. And as you all look, you can see a familiar face. Well, a familiar smushed face as the elven gentleman from before walks forward, and with him are 7 other men.
Oh,
Or
hey,
7
it's-
other people, should I say.
it's you
Hey,
again.
you
How's
want
your
to play
face
some
doing?
dice?
I have your dice.
They're the people. They're the people that busted up my face. And one of the other figures steps forward. Another elven man. This one has a
People, that
goatee.
was the floor. The
He's a
floor.
goatee.
You hit
He has a
the floor.
long goatee. He looks very similar to the other guy, to the one who with the smush face, but a lot older. What's this about you beating up my son?
Oh, I think you've got us confused with the floor, sir.
Yeah,
Stealing
beat
his
up.
crystals?
Beat up.
You're stealing his crystals? Really?
No, he lost them in a fair
Yeah,
game where he was
it
cheating.
was fair. And he's not beat up, he fell on his face. It's different. It's different.
That's not what he told us. He told us that your big friend there with the large fists punched him in the face.
Hmm.
Ooh, Zach, no.
Ah.
Zach couldn't hurt the newbies he's training.
Yeah, I would know.
You say that, and Zach swats his neck, and as he lifts his hand up, there's this large bug, and he goes, "Bloody bug!" Shifts it off his hand. Sorry, I don't like bugs. I squished them. He turns around and sees everybody, and he goes, "Oh, what's going on here?"
So do you guys want your crystals back? Is that what she wants, guys? Because
you want
I
this?
don't-
I'll give his face a kiss to make it better.
No. I think I think the perfect payback would be for us to give a beating equal to the beating that my son has been given. Don't you think,
Oh,
boys?
see.
He says.
She wants to fall on the floor. We're pretty close to that ourselves. Just give us a minute. Probably be
I'm
there
already
in
Can
a
we
taking
second.
over.
have combat music, please?
Can they get a surprise round on us or something? Because we're just
Yeah,
not
they
taking
will.
them seriously. Like, okay.
Yeah, they will.
Well, sorry. I was not expecting to change the combat music. Hold on one sec. Which one is feels appropriate? Let's see.
Is there some sort of drunken combat music or silly
Can you do the
combat
pirate
music?
one? Don't you have a pirate combat music?
Yeah, yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a great one. Hold on. Yeah, this feels appropriate.
This is dope, yeah.
So 6 of the guys are going to rush forward towards all of you. They are all wielding sticks like bats. Well, some of them are. Some of them have got knuckle dusters on their hands, and they just charge forward and they begin throwing punches at each of you. You are all still quite drunk, so they are going to get a few solid hits on all of you. I'm just going to roll
How many
some
of them
dice.
hit me?
So there's 6 of them attacking, so we'll say that there's 2 on 2 on 2. So
2 of them need to make a con save.
is the effect only turn to gold, or is there other effects that it could do?
It's if a creature comes in contact with me, then it turns to solid gold.
So they punch you?
Yeah, if they punch
Okay.
me, they turn to gold.
So the first one rolls a natural 20. The second one is which would be 21, and the second one is gonna roll a 15. Sorry, 5, not 15. So he turns to gold.
Yeah, so the one that hit the nat 20. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, the 15 turns to gold. The other one's fine. Yeah. Roll the hit too.
We're just gonna
Oh, we
point
won't
and
do
laugh.
Oh yeah. Totally.
we won't do rolls to hit. We'll keep this narrative, but as they charge forward, one of them goes to punch you and manages to connect with your jaw square on. You are going to take some damage, which I will roll for. You are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the punch square procs you in the jaw and causes your head to turn. As you go to look back at them, the other one comes in for an uppercut, and as he hits you right where your diaphragm would be, it doesn't cause any damage to you, but what you do see is his hand begin to turn to gold, and he just turns into a statue stood there.
Gorge just starts laughing.
Oh.
This guy, if you touch him, you turn to gold.
That
The-
bloody hurt.
You-
That was my
you-
face.
You just punched him.
Another 2 of them charge towards where Gorf is, and they begin trying to wail on him. One of them is going to run forward, jump up, and go for a knee strike straight into your face, and the other one dives to the left and jumps up and goes for a Superman style punch into the other side. So you're going to go for a combo attack and hit you on both sides of the face. What do you do to try and counter it? Is going to be the question, because
yeah,
we're not going to do
so
rolls.
Gorf doesn't do anything, but as they come out, these two skeletal arms just burst out of the sides of his body, and just the guy that is like doing the Superman punch, it just like does like one of these and just like deflects it to the side. And Gorf is just sitting there laughing the whole time, uproariously. And he's like, the arms are kind of just doing this all independently. And then, what was the other guy doing?
The other guy had
Superman punch.
ducked down and was leaping up into a knee strike onto your right side.
The other arm, as he comes down, is just gonna smack top of his knee and just like cause him to just kind of like stumble a little bit and like land kind of awkwardly.
So he lands awkwardly. You hear a crunch as his foot hits the floor in an awkward position, and he rolls over onto his foot in agony, screaming out in pain. As this happens, you watch as two other guys come flying over your head, as Zach has just grabbed two of them by the heads as they've gone to attack him. They have got solid hits on him with the bat, so he does look like he's taken a little bit of damage. So they've smacked into him. He's grabbed both of them by the back of their necks, lifted them up, smashed their heads together, and just lobbed both bodies over the top of you. They both land on the floor in a heap. They don't look like they're dead or anything, but there's blood pouring out from cuts and scrapes on their faces. The larger gentleman, the older-looking man who initiated the attack, he scoffs, reaches into his cloak, pulls out a hand crossbow, points it towards Mimir, and fires a crossbow bolt at you.
Gorf is just gonna reach out and just grab the bolt right before it hits Amir in the face, and then just like look him in the eye, drop it.
Oh. Okay. So, I think that we might need to take this. This bear seems to have some sort of magical power. Boys, if any of you are still alive?
It's not magic. It's not magic.
I don't believe you at all. I think we need to take him in.
Skill.
I think his body would provide the perfect resource for harvesting magic crystals.
That's what I thought too. He does seem like he'd make a good crystal.
I don't shit them. I don't.
Oh,
I
Gorf,
don't.
come on, please.
No
Let
one
me cut you
believes me.
open.
No one believes
It'll be a
me.
crystal. It's fine.
And the
Boys.
figures get back up, and they're going to go around for another round of attacks against you. The obviously there's one that's been taken out of action now because it's been turned gold. The other one who had attacked you realizes what's happened, jumps backwards, goes into his pocket and pulls out what looks to be some sort of a dart, and he's just going to lob it towards you.
He's lobbing a dart at me?
Yes, he's lobbing a dart at you. I will roll for this, though.
You said he backed away? Can I get an opportunity on him?
Yep, you can try and get an opportunity attack against him.
So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing I did to that guy's kid. I'm just going to trip him with the whip. As he tries to take a step back, I'm going to take my whip out, and I'm just going to just trip him with his own momentum.
Okay, make me I will get you to do an attack roll for that just to see if that hits, just in case he's able to lift his leg up in time. And at the same time, I'm going to roll a dart attack.
That's a 25.
25 is going to hit, and he rolls 19 on his dart attacks, because these will happen at the exact same time. So as he dives back and flings the dart towards you, you bring your whip out and you whip forward. It catches round his leg that he's just about to place on the floor, and you lift it. As you lift it, he stumbles backwards onto his back, but the dart hits you square in the chest, and is going to deal 5 points of damage to you. 5 points of piercing damage.
It really knocked the wind out here.
The other two, the one that with the injured leg is going to pull out a dart as well, and he's going to try and jam it into your leg. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Amir?
Why are they going after
The
me?
guy with the leg is in front of me, right?
There's the one that's laying sort of to your side, whose leg has been injured, pulls the dart out and is going to go for your Achilles tendon with the dart.
Fine.
While the other one is going to bring a bat and try and smack you in the face with it. So I'm going to roll for the dart attack.
You said a con save?
Con save, please, yeah.
Yeah, a 16.
16, that's fine. You pass. 15 to hit Gorf.
No.
No, so 15 doesn't hit Gorf. You pass the Constitution save, Mimir. As this dart hits you, you feel this strange sensation come over your body as you feel some sort of sleep effect begin to try to take hold of you, but you're able to shake it off. And the dart falls to the floor, and you can see that the dart itself is a metal dart with the middle part of it is missing, and there's a glass tube inside of it, and the glass tube is empty.
You gotta take your medicine up here. Medicine.
And Gorf is gonna reach down and grab the guy that hurt his leg and just start slowly dragging him over to Mimir, just like giggling, be like, "Ha ha! You're gonna touch him. You're gonna touch him.
He's gonna touch me.
He's gonna touch him."
And as you bend down to pick this guy up, the bat from the other guy who's swinging at you just goes right over your head. You pick the
He's
other
like,
guy up and drag him over, and you basically get him to slap Mimir's ass. Buttocks.
It wasn't
And
very.
Yeah.
He
Gotta ask for
as
consent first. Jesus.
slaps, the gold courses over his body, and you have a second gold statue.
It's a gold statue mid ass slap.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Gorf, you're able to let go of the hand before it sort of transfers to you. You might have a little bit of gold on one of your nails,
Yeah.
but it doesn't fully turn you to gold.
Gorf's just
like
laughing, like, yeah, they're gold now. They're gold.
The other two guys who had been thrown by Zach stand up. They pull out 2 bats each, and they're going to charge towards Gorf. They need to get past Gorf in order to get to Zach. As they go to charge towards Gorf, the first one is going to make 2 attacks against you with both sticks. Bam, bam. One of them connects with the side of your head. The other one you're able to block with your arm. As the other one dives to one side to go and get you in your exposed spot, just as he goes to get you in your exposed spot, Zach steps in the way, taking the hit, lifting him up by the throat, and then choke slamming him down into the ground. One thing that I should point out is that Zach didn't bring his weapons with him, so he is armless at the moment. Well, I mean, his hands are weapons, but you know.
Yeah.
But he picks this guy up and slams him into the ground, leaving him exposed to further attacks. Mimir, what would you like to do as you have just been sort of standing there, taking the blows and turning people to gold?
I really don't like turning people to gold. I'm honest, just I warn people not to touch me. I'm just gonna look over to one of the guys that's kind of like either is there anybody attacking me still, or
You've got the guy who you'd whipped and pulled to the floor. He's laying down behind you. Sorry, he's laying down in front of you. And
Okay.
you've got the other 2. Everybody else seems to be on Gorf at the moment.
do I get any advantage on attacks for prone?
You would do for melee combat, yeah.
Okay.
Which account for the whip.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do because I have another whip. I'm gonna do 3 attacks, non-lethal, on this guy on the floor, just like just really going at him. It's like I tell people not to touch. That's why I use the whips.
Okay, make me 3 attack rolls, and while you're doing those attack rolls, Gorf, what are you doing? You've got
so the guy hit me with
you've got
the
3
bat.
guys on you.
The guy hit
Sorry,
me
you've
with
got 2 guys on you.
the guy that hit me with the bat.
Yep.
Gorf's gonna take his arm, or like his hand, and like grab the guy by the arm, and then just like the arm with the bat, and then just have him start hitting himself with the bat.
Be like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
And then at the end, like he's gonna do it for just like a couple seconds, and then just the skeleton arm just gonna come out and just like knock him out cold. He's just gonna be
I like the sound of that.
So 12, a 23, and then I got a nat 19 on the last one for a 30.
They all hit. They all hit. Nice and easy.
Oh,
a 30.
yeah.
So, I just wanted to see if this guy. The reason why I asked you to roll is because if you missed, he was going to roll out of the way. So that's why we're sort of splitting it up between narrative and dice rolls depending on the situation. So as you bring your whips up and you begin on the floor, he just tries to roll out of the way, but you catch him. The first one catches him in a sensitive area, and as he recoils from that, the other one whips him straight bang smack in the center of the forehead, causing him to ricochet backwards, smacking his head on the concrete or the stonework behind him. And then the third and final one whips him around the side of the head and causes his body to sort of spin around, and he ends up face first and completely unconscious.
Still alive though, right?
Still alive, but he's unconscious. For Gorf, you do the things that you said you were going to do, and as your skeletal arm reaches round and almost uppercuts, I really want to say that this big anime KO comes up as this guy just lifts up off of his feet. And
he comes out of his shoes too.
Yeah, his shoes
his
are
socks
planted in place.
Yeah,
he is currently barefoot. So that is 4 of the 6 guys taking out of the equation. There's still 2 left. Zach is going
to make that pun.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Zach grabs down and lifts up one of the guys, the guy who he had blocked the attack on. He just lifts him up into the air and then just charges towards the tavern and just throws him through the window into the tavern. Normally when these sort of things happen, people are getting thrown out of the taverns, but in this instance this guy's been thrown into the tavern, and you just hear screams and a ruckus come from the inside, and people begin flooding out into the street. And you can see that the patrons that are inside some of them are also armed with table legs and other various items, and they begin piling in on all of you at the sight of this.
The patrons are coming out.
Patrons are?
The patrons are coming out, and they are, you know, there is a fight in the street. They don't know who any of these people are. They are protecting the tavern because somebody's just been thrown through the glass. And you can see standing at the doorway, standing at the doorway is the orc man, and he's trying to calm everything down. He's just shouting out, "Come on, everybody, let's keep this down. We don't want the town guards to come and shut us down for the night. Come on, everybody, let's go back inside." But there are a few, not all of the patrons have come out, but a few of them have come out, and they're wielding table arms, and they look all bruised, and you know, these are like the proper manual laborers.
I bet these guys were the ones that the elf landed on their table. They're extra.
Yeah.
They're extra.
Probably.
They're extra pissed. So they come out and they start swinging. A couple of them catch Gorf in the side of the face. One of them catches Mimir in the side of the face, and his table leg turns to gold. He doesn't turn to gold, but his table leg turns to gold, and which makes it a little bit heavier, so it sort of slams to the floor. And as he sees that that's turned to gold, he just looks around at the chaos going on, sneaks it up into his coat, and sort of starts walking away.
God, making this character, I didn't think his name would slowly just devolve into a cat meow, just meow, like.
Pretty soon we call him Midas.
Nidus, yeah, that'll be his nickname.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, let's go back to our 2 elven people, the father and the son, who are at the back. They're watching everything that's going on. The father aims his crossbow bolt again, and he's going to take another shot at Mimir as he sees that everything that you touch turns to gold. Again, that's something that is very valuable to him, but he's going to try and take you out, so he's going to roll an attack roll. And as he does that, his son is also going to pull out a heavier duty crossbow, a heavy crossbow, and he's going to point that towards you as well, because you broke his nose, and he's going to fire it at you as well.
I also let him go.
Yes, but you tarnished his honor. So he rolled a 13 to hit, and the father rolled a 19 to hit.
So the first bolt, I just look at him and I see that he's aiming at me. I'm just like, "Listen, lad, don't," and I just whip the bolt out of the air. And then as I'm trying to talk to him, the other bolt from his father just hits me right in the shoulder, and I'm just like, "Ah!"
And Gorf had grabbed he's not even hardly paying attention to the people that are around him. He just like grabs this like the foot or the leg of the table and tries to throw it to intercept the bolt, but he totally misses.
Just biffs it, yeah.
Yeah, just like
Can it just like? Can that actually like smash across Mimir's face too? Like,
yeah. Like yeah, you get hit with the bolt and then you get hit in the head.
Distracted. Yeah, that's what causes you to get distracted and get hit by the second bolt. So you're able to block the first bolt with the whip. As it goes to come towards you, the whip just comes across and whips and snaps it in half. And as you go to whip the other one up to block the other bolt, you get hit with a table leg in the side of the face, which causes you to turn sideways, and you get hit with the bolt in the shoulder. The bolt instantly turns to gold and snaps off and falls to the floor. So you've got a bolt in two halves made out of gold.
I've got 2 bolts in me right now. Okay.
And they're both
not to be a killjoy, but I think before this gets too out of canon, I think technically the condition is it have to be a living creature.
It's creatures, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we do too much stuff, it's too uncanon.
That's fine. So they
asterisk,
turn to gold.
Asterisk.
They turn to gold. They fall to the floor. They turn to gold for an undisclosed amount of time. We'll say.
That guy's gonna have a regular table leg
just
in
for
the
a couple
morning.
seconds.
Regular table leg when he goes to sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's even funnier. I'm gonna keep that.
Yes. So.
I'm just gonna stumble to Gorf and I'll be like, "Listen, dwarf," and I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder. It's like, don't be doing that kind of stuff to me.
And did you say that was to a dwarf?
That's a 29.
You got a 29? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to spend more crystals to turn him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Not these guys. I'm not wasting my. One of their lackeys has greater
Oh,
restoration.
I thought you touched Gorf.
Yeah, I touched Gorf. No, but I mean like.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Zach is confused at all of these people that are sort of hovering around him like, what do I do? I don't understand what's going on. And then you watch as a dart hits him inside of the neck, and he just goes, "What? Hey, go!" And he falls face first into the floor. He's unconscious.
Oh. He looks over at the elf dad or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, see, he did it. You beat him up." And he's just like he's gonna like approach the elf and the elves.
Yep, you walk up towards where the 2 elves are. They instantly begin to take steps back to sort of step away from you. The father pulls out another hand crossbow. The son begins to reload his other crossbow and pulls that back. And you watch the bolts that are now loaded in have these dart things on the end of them as well.
Like,
they're just going to point them towards both of you.
I don't think this is going how you think it is.
He's gonna try to intimidate him.
Make me an intimidation check then, please. Intimidate away!
That's an 8! I had a plus
while
6
he's
and I
trying
rolled a 2.
He's trying to be intimidating. I'm just gonna shout out, "Hey, Snorf, your ass is still hanging out."
He's too drunk.
Snorf.
This is going how you thought it would. This is it. And he's gonna turn around and look, but as he's turning around, they see his bare ass.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they see.
So
It's just they shoot you in the ass.
They don't intimidate. You don't intimidate them, but you do horrify them as they just point at you and just fire 3 bolts into your buttocks. I'm going to roll for these because they are substantial. So the first one's going to be a 16, and then the other 2 are going to miss because I rolled 2 6s.
yeah, 16. I don't think 16.
It's still 18 for you.
Yeah, it's still 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they fire.
I would say the skeletal arms do a great job of deflecting
the
and catching, and
yeah,
even from point blank, they didn't do it. It ain't it.
No.
They step back. They carry on looking. The father looks to the son and goes, "This is a lot more than what I was expecting, son. We will have words about this when we get home. They both turn and they flee, leaving their men where they are, and the patrons begin looking around at what's going on. They notice all of you, and they go, what was that about? Hey, I want to hit something.
Oh, just about some dice, lad. It's nothing.
Someone,
No big deal.
Someone fell down and they were mad at the floor.
Apparently broke their crown.
The orc man goes, right, I think, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's time that we close for the night. I think this has gotten a little out of hand. Mimir, I expect compensation from you and your new friends for my window.
Yeah,
Me and Gorf can walk home.
I got the window. How much?
Cool.
Come back when you're sober, all right? I need to board this up, but just go, all right?
And Mimir just passes out in Gorf's arms.
I guess okay. And Gorf 18 does not turn to gold.
Okay, yeah. So Gorf, if someone needs to carry Mimir around, Gorf's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I have to get above what is it, 17? I think
17,
I have to get above a 6, so 75% of the time will be fine.
Beautiful.
So the tavern itself begins to close. You can hear the sounds of light wood being nailed into wood as the window that has been broken is being boarded up. Gorf, you are able to, you know full well that it is not a good idea to attempt to walk the distance back to Delver's Dream with two unconscious people, feeling very inebriated yourself and knowing that you can't get back into the tavern, so you can't get a room for the night. You walk into one of the side alleys.
Yeah, Gorf is gonna start heading toward Peregrine's house.
Okay, yeah.
No, Peregrine has to stay in Delver's Dream.
Yeah, but his house is still there. And
okay.
Gorf doesn't know that either.
No. In order to do that, you need to walk through one of the alleyways in order to get there.
Yeah.
And as you do, the weight of both Zach and Mimir become, you decide that you need to rest for a moment.
Just gotta close my eyes.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
You close your eyes and you begin to snore. And you pass out. And our new and old hunters are left in an alleyway next to the fire flower, passed out from various amounts of drinking. As time passes, people begin making their way home from the tavern, the lights begin to turn off, guards walk around, they pay no attention to you in the alleyway. Apparently this is a regular occurrence, people just passing out in the alleyway next to the tavern. And I think that is probably a good place for us to end the session itself. I know that we would normally raid into Carnisage. I don't know if they're live yet, are they?
I don't believe so.
Arnie, no. I think they don't get on until later.
Give me a second.
So, we can, obviously, to keep the stream team raids stuff going, we could answer some questions from the audience or just do a general talk about what our characters have gone through over the month and all of that. I mean, having a little bit more information about Mimir would be good going a bit further forward.
Yeah,
I think so. Cool. There's already a question in chat about why he has the Midas curse thing.
Yeah, that's a great thing to go over.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. So basically, what's happening with him is that there are touchstones in the universe, and his just happens to be attached to the goddess of prosperity. So part of the side effect of that is any creature that comes in contact with him will turn into gold. So he has to kind of stay away from people because of that. But that's not the only effect that this touchstone does. And you might be able to see more of that when you watch the show later.
And I will say that eventually, I mean, we could get Gorf to roll as many Constitution saving throws as we want, but I think eventually, being touching our good friend Mimir, he will eventually turn to gold.
Oh
This is-
man.
I mean, if you're happy with that, asleep and turn to gold.
Sure.
Yeah. So that'll be a nice thing for
Someone else will clean him up, you know?
someone else to clean them up. So
He's gonna wake up not very well rested.
no, for the audience who follow us on a regular basis, Zach is no longer going to be a part of the Hunters. He's been promoted to basically the Master of Arms of the Halls of Might in Delver's Dream, and he's going to be training new recruits. I've mentioned that a few times. So he's going to be leaving, and I will be bringing a new character in. I won't be in the next few sessions, so it'll be a little while. We'll see where the group are when the new character comes in.
That's a great question, Barrel Bush. Is there a 24-hour immunity on the Midas Touch? That's a good question.
That might be something that we can add for the future. So we'll have to talk to Kyle about that. But that definitely sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it might be a bit ridiculous having to like re-roll and re-roll and re-roll every time an
Well,
accident.
also I was kind of like, during the fight, I'm like, Gorf thought it was
You can
funny.
just push everybody.
Yeah, just push everyone into
Yeah.
him. 17
And
is not a low Constitution roll
it's
for a lot
not.
of creatures.
But here's the thing: is Mimir doesn't want to turn people into gold, guys. It's not nice.
Is it a permanent effect, or do they only stay turned to gold for a certain amount of time?
You stay turned into gold until someone removes the petrification
Which
from you.
is harder now because of magic.
Yeah.
The lack of magic.
So, semi-permanent thing that happens to people.
So we might find at some point 2 gold statues of 2 thugs in a shop having been sold at some point.
I hope not.
It kind of depends on whether or not their employer feels it's worth to use the crystals to hire someone. Which, if they're low-level thugs, they might not. And I want to say the only reason Gorf did that because it's super fucked up. Like, he basically just like murdered that dude. But he thought it was funny because he was drunk.
And like the first guy straight up punched Mimir in the face, and that's why he turned to gold. So I mean, like, just don't touch him. Like, you can shoot him all you want.
Don't touch him.
Don't touch him. Don't give him nightmares.
As Bramble said earlier in the session, all I screwed up.
All touch is bad touch for Mimir.
Yeah. Oh man.
Is there any other questions or anything? Anybody? Do we have any questions for each other that we want to ask?
Yeah. There's a similar
Fool's Gold.
First time. If you succeed, you become. Okay. So it's the first time. That might be a good caveat. Because I think there could be abuse.
There is a planar touchstone. It is a planar touchstone's ability, though, so I don't know how powerful we want to make it. But we can do some rework. I don't know. This is all Kyle's making, though. So
yeah.
I mean,
we're
now
not
that
gonna.
you've had a chance to play test it a little bit.
To be like, actually, this is kind of broken because it doesn't. Like, you could take any kind of creature. It doesn't really matter how powerful they are, and if you make them touch Mimir.
So
all you gotta
the question is,
if Mimir was a worse guy, he would just be going around like turning everybody he sees into gold.
Yeah, or like bugs, or like stuff to like sell. And be like, I have all these golden beetles. What has Gorf been up to during the 1 month hiatus? So essentially, Gorf is now he used to be a barbarian ranger. Now he's a barbarian monk. So one of the consequences of losing magic is losing magic items. And before, he was really reliant on his mace as one of his main weapons. So what he's been doing is he's been focusing less on power and more on speed. in terms of being a monk, and he's been training really hard with Zach, who is also a big tough guy. The thing with Zach is he actually has a great sword, and so Gorf has been training to try to get quickly within the reach of the great sword, um, so that he can basically fight against people that have longer reach than him. So he's been training. Um, so originally he was a totem barbarian, but now he's a storm herald barbarian and a wave the astral self monk. That's why he's got the extra skeletal arms from his touchstone, which I love. I think it's great.
It's very good.
It's
I think
so
it's cool.
fun.
Yeah,
So
very good thematically.
uh,
So a question I have for Mimir: how can you hunt creatures that if you're hunting a creature, say a manticore for example, or a dragon that does a tail swipe against you, and they fail and turn to gold, you get a crystal from them?
I'm gonna
oh,
do a ruling on that one myself because Kyle's not here. I think you wouldn't get a crystal from them because the effect of the touchstone itself would supersede the condensing of the creature's magic into a crystal. So I think it would just be gold. I don't think you would get a crystal after that. So I think that Mimir has to be very careful not to if the creature is still alive, touch the creature by himself or himself.
Yeah, so you actually need to physically kill the creature in order for it to generate a
Yeah.
crystal, which makes sense.
Because a corpse in D&D is technically not a creature.
it's an object.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an object. Which makes all resurrection spells not work, by the way. So get on your wording, D&D.
Yeah. Clean that up a little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah, no, as far as hunting goes, I think this is a pretty new thing for Mimir too. Like this golden
The gold
touch, this Midas touch, kind of started the same time as all of the magic being gone.
That's fair.
So, yeah,
So it's not Midas touch, it's
Mm.
Mimir touch.
it's Mimir's touch. Yes.
Hmm.
Which I was trying to be cool naming him Mimir because if you go into like Norse mythology, or if you guys have ever played like God of War, like the newer one,
Yeah.
Mimir is the guy who like knows everything. He's the guy whose head you carry around in the game.
Yeah, that is cool. It is a cool name.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. It's a cool name.
Oh, Bramwell clarified what a rushdown character is. But yeah, so our fighting character rushdown is focused on getting in fast, dealing damage, and getting out. Yeah, I would say getting out probably isn't quite as important, but getting in and staying in, for sure, that's going to be strategy.
We are definitely a more martial-based team.
Yes.
Yeah,
aren't we, than
that's the cool
The
thing.
hunters,
That's the cool thing I think about switching, because Mike's character for hunters, you know, Zach mentioned it many times that he was abandoned, which in actuality is 100%
True.
correct.
yes, it's very true.
So let's just be very clear: completely abandoned.
Yeah, me and Kyle weren't even thinking or me and Lando weren't even thinking like in character, like how this would affect the rest of the party. It was just like,
No, we're just like,
oh,
oh,
that makes sense.
let's put all the
right?
martial characters together and
Yeah.
hunters. That just makes sense.
Zach feels very lonely.
It's very sad.
Well, now he's got a desk job.
Yeah, and as soon as
Just beat up
Reginald
some
thinks
people.
about it, then he might
Yeah.
feel sad too.
He pulls his head out of the
Yeah.
book. So, ideas for the new character. I have a new character. He is designed and ready to go. I will let you know now that his classes are fighter rogue.
Hmm.
So, and he is going to be a. He likes to steal things. He's very thiefy. He's not Fire Ganassi though. I'll tell you, the class is not Fire Ganassi. Race, sorry, is not Fire Ganassi. Kyle and I have had a little mini session 0 between ourselves, and we have sort of designed we've fleshed out something that he had started doing but hadn't gone into anymore. So there is a bit more history that has been added to the Patchwork Planet because of it, and there will be more added as we explore the new character as well, which will be pretty cool. Might be some stuff in there for Gorf as well.
Very nice.
I think.
I hope, to be fair, I hope that the curse of the golden touch does change, because that's going to be real awkward in a lot of situations where we're trying to deal with things. But we'll have to
Like-
see. We'll see.
Like,
It's interesting.
This guy will touch you. He'll touch you. Don't make him touch you.
Gorf is going to be the guy that's intimidating everybody, and then Mimir's like, "Oh, yeah, totally. I'll touch you. I don't really want to. Please don't make me touch you."
like, don't make this guy mad. He'll touch you. He'll touch you.
Yeah.
So, is there a definition between? I know, obviously, we're talking about the Midas or the Mimir touch quite a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a new thing. But is there a definition between touching somebody with flesh or touching somebody with a gloved hand?
Yeah. He did say that if it's I'm gonna say that if it's a covered part of him and not
Skin to skin.
not skin to skin, because all the thing says is if it makes contact. So it doesn't have to be direct contact, I think.
Mm.
But
Which that gets kind of fuzzy in terms of what dictates direct contact. Like
Right.
if
I-
you could argue that the difference
hit him with the
between
whip.
like a glove, you'd be like, oh, I'm touching the same table as you, like though there's kind of an arbitrariness of it, but yeah, I mean, the DC is a good bit less, but I think the thing of skin to skin.
Yeah.
And I know we had like the table leg and some bits turned into gold, but that's not a permanent thing. That's more my misunderstanding of how it works.
And
So
it was,
that's just like
and it was
off
funny.
thing.
So
And it was funny, yes.
I think it was good. I think if we keep anything, it's that like occasionally if something is used to do damage to him, like that thing also becomes gold for like an hour,
Yeah.
Because then like I want to RP that guy showing up to a pawn shop and being like, I have a golden table leg, and then like
he pulls
the
it out,
guy-
and it's wood.
yeah, it's a wooden table leg, and then that guy still goes to jail because for like fraud or something,
Yeah.
That'd be
Making
hilarious.
stuff up.
That'd be
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah.
Man.
It was a good session, though. Yes, and hopefully Carl gets better soon. If anybody in the chat is on Twitter, if you go to @Allies Nerd, I
Allies
believe
Nerd,
is
yep.
if you go there and just wish Carl a speedy recovery, hopefully he hasn't got COVID, and hopefully it's
Yeah.
just he's just run down from all the moving he's done.
From what I understood is that he's starting to have some COVID symptoms. They're not overwhelming yet, but I think it's the one his apartment's super hot. He doesn't have any furniture, so it's the combined that in order to stream currently is set up, he has to stand. He's not feeling super well, so it's those combinations of things that were not that helpful in terms of.
And he's probably super run down because he's literally just moved to a new place as well.
Yeah.
So
So there's a lot of factors.
it's understandable. We all love Carl. This has definitely been a new experience having effectively a
Right.
DM-less session.
Yeah, that was awesome though. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like the three of
fun.
us, we made it work. What do you guys think in the chat?
Yeah.
How
Were
was
we
it for
awful?
everybody else?
How was it for you guys?
Please pull your punches.
Yeah. Should we make a poll?
Also, we do need to do the dice giveaway as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of time until Carney
until
pops on
Carney go
too.
live, yeah. So
Yeah.
let's do the dice raffle. See who wins that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Mhm.
So we'll give you guys just a minute for everyone that hasn't entered in.
Yes.
! Raffle. We will roll that in just.
I think I
Just a
do.
few
Let me
minutes.
just do it.
Yeah, Josh,
Aren't-
how was DMing?
answer. I come from. So the channel that I come from is called Queen Squat Games. I'm wearing a piece of their merch here. I'm actually one of the DMs over there. So I've DM'd before. I will say that this was a little bit nerve-wracking because Kyle Kyle asked me 10 minutes before we went live, so and just quickly
Put it on that
word
hat.
vomited.
Yeah, I mean,
Word vomited a bunch of information at me. So, and I wasn't really DMing. It was like a sort of a three-way DM thing between the three of us. Although I took the majority of the reins.
Yeah. You
like
were
the
kind of like the
descriptions and stuff.
guide of like.
you played all the characters. Yeah.
I played all the characters. I did the play everybody guy.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was a group effort, and I think we all did really well.
Yeah, I honestly was kind of nervous about it too, because I'm like, I mean, because I absolutely love Kyle, but he runs a really tight game in
Yeah.
terms of lore and things, and so we had to be really careful about, telling a story that's cohesive and that doesn't.
This is why I didn't give any
Just-
descriptions of what any of the locations look like, because
Right.
I don't know, and I don't want to say something that's actually wrong.
You should have just named everything.
You just
dude.
named
I
everything.
feel like
Yeah.
just Kyle wakes up tomorrow and he's like, why? I just got to deal with all of this new lore now.
Yeah.
You
Instead of
know?
like 3 pages of lore.
Yeah. Yeah, a 12-page lore doc. He'll be fine. He'll go
And
over it.
answering Pixie's question, because I was one of the ones in the DMs heat, Zach didn't die because I am known. It hasn't happened in this campaign yet, but I am known as the Sean Bean of the
Oh,
TTRPG space. I've had a lot of characters that have died. Zach has been one of those characters that's died a few times
Oh,
that's
in previous
hilarious.
campaigns and then been brought back to life. So
that's pretty funny. I feel
Yeah.
like in this world, the person who's died the most is probably still Diraxis.
Technically a Thule.
How many times has a Thule died?
Well, when you say died, I mean like actually died.
I thought we were talking about like just going down. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
oh, no,
Felix
Diraxis-
is the
Diraxis
one
has
that actually has died the
Oh
most.
no, yeah, actually that's
Oh.
true. That's actually 100%.
no, Zach has actually died. He was on top
Oh,
of a large. His first death was on top of a large turtle. It's like this turtle that's called like a plain stomper, and it stomped on the ground, and it had this large flowing river. He went into the river and fell off the tortoise, which is like thousands of feet high, and died. And then a
Oh.
group of his friends had to travel into the underworld to go and get him. So they got him and brought him back.
Oh, hi, Big
and-
Bluff.
Yeah,
They
Mac, what's
fought-
up?
Hello there.
you-
They fought a god of death, and
Oh, God.
then he was brought back to life. He got killed by the god of death as well, but was resurrected by the new god of death. It was
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mac, you missed it. We DM'd ourselves today.
Yeah, we
man.
did it. Kyle's been kicked
Did it.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, Kyle left us with the reins. It was
Really a bad decision on his part.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should have taken advantage. We should have found a bag of thousands of crystals.
Right?
Be like, oh,
Like-
actually, the elf guy left like a trail of crystals that
Dude,
led to
I-
his mansion that had crystals.
Yeah.
I was like really hoping I'd win those crystals because at
I
the same
kinda
time,
was too.
like
I
was
was-
like,
I will
how
tell
do
you
you
right
have all
now,
these?
I don't know gambling games at all. Poker and blackjack and all that I don't know, which is why I came
Okay.
up with the dice thing, because we could just roll dice. But
Yeah.
I was getting really worried because I thought, oh crap, there's like 50
There's a lot of
gems in the
crystals
centre
to
there.
win.
Yeah.
I think Carl might be a bit mad if I give.
Well, I
Mikey,
think what's
50
gonna happen
gems.
is in pretty short order, we're just gonna have like a shitload of crystals.
Yeah.
Like,
It
my
makes sense to be able to
intuition,
cast spells.
my intuition about what's gonna happen is that initially it's gonna be kind of a pain, and then essentially it's gonna be like we're just gonna have as many. But
Yeah.
maybe
I
not. Maybe
hope
not.
so. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. But I agree with you that might happen eventually.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. Like, it
It's-
sucks.
It's
It's so rough.
Delvers is gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, it's
Oh.
gonna be really rough. Oh, and
Yeah.
I totally meant to say this, but we got new subscriber badges. So
Ooh.
check them out. They are different color swords. One
Is it the-
for each type of magical
Oh.
weapon. So as you go,
Wait. Wait. What's
Where are they? I think
there?
they're
They should be
pages
like
up.
right next to your.
yeah, they're right next to you.
Name.
You have a rare sword. Big
I don't
Bluff,
have a sword.
Big Bluff has a legendary one. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wait,
have.
I gotta resub. Hold on.
Ah. Thank you, Wizard Magic 2011, for resubbing.
Yeah. Let's see. I think this is gonna be my 13th month.
Yeah, so at a year you get the granddaddy sword.
Who won the raffle, by the way?
Oh,
yeah, let's do the raffle.
Let's do the raffle. Let's pull it. All right. And closing it up. And the winner is Rumple Foreskin.
Yo!
I'll never
Yay.
get tired to say that name because it's fucking hilarious.
Rumble
So-
Foreskin. Wow.
So, Rumple, go ahead and shoot us a DM. I think you've already won, so you should be able to contact Kyle, and he will hook you up.
Just obviously because he's not well, just give him.
Yeah,
He might be a little bit more delayed than what.
Yeah,
a little bit delayed than what
Yeah.
he usually is, but
I'm trying to figure out because I have the founder's badge. I'm trying to figure out how to like change it so that you guys can see what the year badge is, but I don't know how to do that. It's
so
kind of sad.
Delver's Dream is on tomorrow, isn't it? What time?
Delver's Dream is
what
on
time
tomorrow,
does that
yep.
start?
That's
3 Eastern.
nope,
Which-
nope.
4
That's
Eastern.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern.
I'm so lost with time,
Yep,
dude.
yep. No, you're good. You're good.
13 months though. Yay.
Okay, now say something in chat and see because it should be have
Should
the,
adjust.
Yeah, you should have the best the
I
top
know that
one.
it starts.
Oh
I know
no!
that Delver's.
You,
It didn't
you
get
saw
it.
the founder.
Oh, is he?
Oh, I'm
I'm-
the.
Ooh,
I don't know how to turn it off either.
that's gibberish.
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't
that
got it.
Delver's.
Oh,
Delver's
those
starts
are not
at,
words.
Those are not words. Delver's starts at 4 o'clock BST for
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's 11 a.m. Eastern.
yeah, and then there's a stream. You do streams on Fridays and
Fri-
Sundays.
Friday
as well, don't you?
Friday is Eastern. Is again 11 a.m. Eastern, and we're also having a charity stream on Friday. Well, actually, I don't know if it's technically a charity stream. We're having a long 12-hour stream on Saturday, where we're
Yo.
playing.
Kyle's health pending.
Yeah, at least 2 of the games from the mythology, and then we have a guest DM for the first game. So that'll be
Nice.
fantastic. And then
Come and share all of the love, everybody, please.
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be fantastic. I'm
And when do
excited.
the videos go up on YouTube?
So usually it's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be 2 weeks out, and then on Patreon and Ko-fi it's 1 week out.
Nice.
So
Is there links for those to go in chat or anything?
yeah, we have those.
Just so people have them.
Yeah, no, totally. YouTube.
Do you do podcast?
Not currently.
No.
Oh, maybe I get. Do I not have a YouTube link? Well, our YouTube is. We have a Ko-fi. On Ko-fi.
I'll
But
get the
our,
YouTube
our
link.
YouTube is in our about section. We have a section there.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah. Well,
And you guys are working towards podcast, right?
Yeah, it's kind of in the works. It's a little more complicated than just taking the audio from the games and testing it. A lot of editing
Right.
involved, so we're working up to it. It's not. If it was a simple 1-to-1 kind of thing, we would already be there. But it is a little bit.
that just goes to show that you want to put quality stuff out on your podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
in theory, we could just take the audio and just run it, but it's much different in terms of how things sound for the
I have to do that as part of my
yeah.
stuff with Queen's Court,
Nice.
getting rid of background sounds and stuff. Anyway, is Carney
Right,
Size
Carney's
gone
up,
live?
yeah.
Right, well,
Yep.
thank you very
Okay.
much, everybody, for sticking around for this Tavern Talk episode and learned a little bit about our new friend Mimir. Sort of said farewell to Zach as he's going to be off doing his own thing in Delver's Dream, and we will have to see what happens next week. I won't be here for a couple of weeks, so we'll have to see what craziness these two get up to,
Yep.
Oh, it'll be good.
and if anybody else comes along as well. We don't know. But
Sounds
thank you very
fantastic.
much,
knows?
everyone. Yeah.
Who
Who
knows?
knows?
But
Forget
thank
when we
you.
raid in We always tell them what we're bringing to the potluck too.
Yeah. I
Uh,
am bringing Fireflower brandy.
I'm just gonna bring a golden chair leg.
yeah,
Bringing a golden chair leg.
I think Gorf is bringing assless chaps.
go
Yes!
three assless chaps.
Yes. Oh my god.
All right. Amazing. You
All right.
guys have been amazing. Thank you so much, and we will catch you tomorrow. Have fun.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye. Bye.